There's a group of four of you been tasked by the Shadow King to travel to Lake Gratanda to gather 20 pearls from the banks and the lakes up in the mountains. After 3 days, you found 17 and had returned to the nearest town, which is called Grovedrift, in order to gather supplies, dig holes perhaps, to continue your search. On return to Grovedrift, you were invited to a feast celebration of Manupgang, which is the one night a year full moon shines into the open mouth of the mine in the village. It's a major celebration there, and you were invited to sit at the mayor's table with his wife, who realized sat there that any remaining pearls you might need can be had more easily around the necklace of Lady Lysander, who is the mayor's wife there. However, the celebration was interrupted by a group of marauders, ruffians, local types, but disguised in hoods with black fabric and a silvery trim, who raided the celebration, snatched the pearls, were mostly dispatched, but one chancer made it off into the night with Vrak of the Burning North, making pursuit as far as a set of horses and no further. Returning to the mine, you extracted a little information, but mostly struck a bargain with Stenbrot, the mayor of Grovedrift, that if you investigate this, you find out what's happening, and ensure his safety, you may keep the pearls from the necklace. You've spent some time the next morning arranging supplies, arranging livery for your new horses, arranging food, and arranging credits so that you may stay in the village a little longer, and will be fed and housed when you return. I don't believe there was anything else, and so we were at the point where you were preparing to depart the village, perhaps towards the point at which the interloper was left. Although actually where you want to go is entirely up to yourselves. Yeah.
What do we think about taking the bodies back?
Back where?
Back down the valley.
What for food?
What do you mean down the
As a
valley?
sign. Down to where they all live. Or lived. When they lived.
From the mine?
Yeah.
As
a sign of we're not all that bad, but also we killed all your dudes.
Column A, but a column B, I see your point.
Like, as in, don't fuck with us. We just, 4 of us killed 15 of your guys.
Yes,
now we're running all your horses. And also, like, I'm sure some people would like to bury their dead. It could demonstrate the futility of their actions, but it could also incite,
I think it's
a bit of a riot.
I think it makes quite the statement, quite a gesture, but a very visible statement of our intentions and our will.
You could string them up by their inters in the city center.
Maybe not that. They are locals after all.
That will put the message across.
I say we pile them up on a cart and ride them through town.
We want to let Stenbrot know of our plan, or we just take our own cart and go with them.
Well, he is the mayor, and perhaps we should. Maybe you can tell us where to take them.
Did anyone talk to him this morning?
Yes. No. Wait. No.
Yeah, didn't I? I
Good
think
idea.
Somebody's been to the mine and spoken to him. Sam, you went with Toy and Keeper's son to speak to his wife at his house.
Yeah,
I
chat
spoke
about
to
it.
him in the mine. Think I creeped him out.
Just thinking.
I'll, while the guys are still prepping the horse, everything, I'll grab a horse and ride up to the mine entrance,
Yeah.
tie it up, and then go looking for Stout.
There's not quite a procession, somewhere between a procession and a queue of guys waiting to get into the mine. Like kind of eager by the time you get up there to return to work, and there's a hushedness and a kind of whispering between mostly men. They're almost entirely men standing outside with their tools. There are tracks in the dirt of carts that are quite fresh, have been taken out this morning. But Stenbrot is mine entrance, and he's looking a bit fraught. He's looking a bit like he didn't sleep much last night.
Mr.
These,
Mayor, do you have a minute?
I trust you are finding as to supplies that the craftsmen in my town are being amenable.
Oh,
What more
yes,
can I do for
very
you?
helpful. We thought we might bring the bodies back down the valley. Did you have any thoughts on that? Any objections?
They have taken. They will be given to Pyre at dusk.
Mm.
They
Higher?
we burn our bodies here. The ground is, well, we have tools for digging, but
What
people
about,
have little appetite for burial after a day of mining.
well, what about we return them to their families? Down the valley they might have different
Mm.
customs.
He chews the idea for a little bit. You can see his kind of eyes drop a little and shift back and forth.
We'd also like to send a message.
Each one of those people who came to my feast last night, each one of them, I know, whether they came in robes or as guests to sit and eat, I know them all. And now I feel as though I can trust nobody. Sir, I will not. I am reticent to let them out of my sight. I would see them done away with and the bodies burned here in town. I understand you. I suspect maybe I feel that you show them a courtesy that they do not deserve if they are to be traitors and
The
raid.
return of the bodies is only half courtesy. It is half threat as well.
Make me a
that-
presence test on that, Gav.
That
'Cause I understand
four
what
of
you're
us-
saying, yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
4 of us stood against the many. Is a 2. Oh no!
Yeah.
Tilt! 17.
17's much better. And he nods. And
Besides, they're dead. Their souls are with the All-Father?
Yeah, why
their
not?
gods.
Phoebus.
Hail Satan.
Yeah.
Well, point me towards them, we'll do the work.
We will. Yes, all right. Be sure that their wounds are made visible.
We will.
We have not dressed the bodies at all. I wish for all to see that they were slain easily.
All right.
And
We'll return
he'll
the cart.
explain to you, yeah, where it'll be in town.
Cool. Okay, well, I'll go up and get them then.
Yeah, that's fine. And the 11 that you killed are stacked up on a single cart like logs. They've been stripped of their cloaks, and you've seen enough dead and mangled bodies. You've made enough dead and mangled bodies that this is not a remarkable thing for you anymore. But some people are shocked. Some people are leaning in and reeling back when they see the faces, when they recognize who it is.
Okay, well, hook up the cart to my horse and
Yeah.
head back on over to the front of the inn.
Yeah.
Just wait for the guys to get ready.
Notably, Gavin, I'll mention it to you. They hadn't gone into the mine yet. The mine door was closed. That's all I'm going to mention to you on that subject. But
Oh, as
yeah,
in the
people
guy.
had.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there was a level of, like I say, the kind of whispering was.
Yeah, I was suspicious at first, and then I thought maybe it's just
Yeah.
the mayor cleaning up after last night.
Well, there's a level of them staying out of there for a little while because it's been besmirched. I think is maybe the sense of it.
Wild.
We'll
Yeah.
find out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. Well, I wasn't too interested in it. I thought it was.
No.
I had kind of. What's the word? Logicked it away by just assuming it was the mayor was doing some shit.
Yeah.
Opposed to
Yeah. Well,
something
he was stood outside. It was Vic had been by earlier, and they'd seen that they were cleaning up the tables and things like that. Give me a second.
And demanded that he'd pay for the fucking any goods needed.
Yeah. Yeah. There is yeah. No, I'm going to leave it at that and let you all carry on going.
All right.
I've completely forgot how many spells I could cast this day.
Then roll it again, Vic. Just roll me another. What is that? A presence test again, or give me a
Well,
second.
if it's per day, you should roll it each day, isn't it? If present
Yes,
plus
well,
D4.
yeah. I think he did roll
Yeah.
at the start of the day, but he hasn't cast any spells, so I'm just going to get you to roll it again. And
Which
it
dice is it?
is
D4.
yeah, D4 plus your presence bonus.
Okay, I don't have a D4 here.
Little triangle guy,
Oh yeah, the big one. Big triangle.
regular size triangle.
2. Wait, what? 2.
You read the bottom number.
Yeah.
So
Right,
2
cover
plus
2 plus your presence bonus. Yeah.
2. So 4.
You can cast 4 spells today. As you know, you will need to make a presence test every time you do it.
Yeah,
And not die.
preferably. I only got 2 HP, so you know.
There is a chance you'll
Better than
die.
last time.
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, it's a day's travel, so we better get moving.
So, what are you going to do? Are you going to just go down to the kind of rural communities that were down in the valley? Because you'll be able to, even within a couple of hours, you'll be able to start getting to cottages and things like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. The other
What we
thing
can
you
do
could,
is
you
we
could
can
do, Gav, is
stop at this.
you could, so you know where you saw the direction that the person that was escaping you was headed. You know where you saw them last.
Can we not find local guide to show the way?
Well, this is the way we came up the valley. I think.
know, but they
So we can just
more.
Yeah, you can go down the valley the way you came.
we can just stop at the first house we see and say, "Hey, do you own any of these bodies? Do you want one?"
Yeah.
They'll tell us who they are. In small communities like this, everyone will know each other.
Yes, this will be fun.
Was there a town or like a crossroads with a couple of more houses, or are they all scattered farmhouses?
So yeah, I mean, yeah. So if you ride another day, you'll get to another, kind of hamlety area with an inn and things like that. But you will pass other farmhouses, other crofts, on your way there. There'll be plenty of opportunity, and within, yeah, you can probably make that in and make that little villagey bit within a day pretty easily, I think. Even or by the end of the day, even though you've spent the morning working.
What does the guy look like? Gav, but Jed should answer.
I'll describe them.
Which guy that rode away?
Yeah.
Did we get
They-
a look at him? Yeah.
They were slim and fast, and that's all you really got to see. They were wearing a dark robe with a silver trim.
How tall were
Not terribly tall, not so tall that you'd remark on it, but somewhere between the height of your average woman and your average man.
At which average age?
Why?
they? Look like
Yeah,
5 foot something, slim,
that's it. Yeah.
I say we
man
head
or
into
female.
the next town. Don't stop at the houses. Cause a scene.
But we like scenes.
Yeah.
No, cause a scene in the next village.
I think we should be knocking on all doors till we find someone who knows one of these wretches. And then we pry the truth from them.
That's a fine thing for you to do. You all happy to do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
So you can load up your cart of corpses, and your other cart of supplies, and your donkey.
We're doing
Two
this. Do we have
donkeys.
like the entire cat village watching?
Yes,
These
you are.
creepy 4 people loading
yeah.
bodies onto a car.
Four people who've rocked up and are leaving with
All the
11
people they
horses.
killed.
Yeah,
We'll
11 horses and 11 corpses. Yeah, it's.
And we'll leave 7 of the horses here, will we? There's no
Yeah.
point in taking them all. It
Yeah.
might
were
be
gonna sell
safer
them.
here.
We could just take the
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah, but we're not going to
Oh, you
sell
mean
them
the horses.
downhill. Like, we have to come back to this town anyway. We have to come back to
We
But
should
someone's
take
robbed
one
drift.
more than we need, just in case.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could
good
have
idea.
a couple of pack mules.
Yes, but his donkey will be fucked.
Yes, probably.
All right, well, let's get on our way.
Bunch of eggs.
When we come to our first house, I think I'll just kind of, like, we just slowly stop outside, and then I'll stay on the cart, but, like, maybe somebody else can go up and knock on the door and just explain the situation.
So so the road down through Grovedrift heads pretty swiftly into forestry. The town is at the top of the tree line, and you get in there and you're in amongst pines, conifers that are rich and green, although the floor is covered in brown needles. And the day is bright and not so cold as it's been higher up. Once you can get out of the wind, it actually feels quite warm and quite pleasant. The sunlight bursts in between boughs of conifer and fir tree and dapples the ground. You're aware as you found out higher up of hares and rabbits living in among here. Birdsong kind of mutters its way through. And you can hear and see signs of people working in the forest. So every so often you'll see, the road will split off onto a path that is clearly leading to somebody's house, whether it's from a plume of smoke or you can see fresh-ish footprints leading that way. Where are we rolling?
Oh, I'm just having fun.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So you can see signs of people working, living and working in the forest, whether they are themselves, cutting and selling wood or keeping animals in a small holding there. Some people might keep pigs or, lead hunting groups and be experts in some way with that. there are all sorts of things from that. Or else you can ride through the forest, and you'll ride for an hour or so, and you'll be coming to clearings and losing ground again fairly quickly. It would be much slower walking, but on horseback you can, as I say, within a couple of hours, you'll be coming down into lower parts of the valley that are wider, with a strong river meandering through the valley floor that curves upwards on each side, and farmland is spread about, and there are cows and there are sheep. There are lots of sheep in some places, and there are horses, and there are a few pigs, and there are areas with crops planted and tilled and cared for, although it seems to be that livestock is the more popular crop in this area. Some houses have trees planted on the west side to catch the prevailing wind. Just a row of fir trees will keep that off them. But the sun beats down and the wind rustles the long grass so that it ripples like waves on the sea in places, and shimmers like the shimmering plains of lore that you all have heard so much about, perhaps even glimpsed in dreams. So it takes you a few hours, and you're talking about coming up on the first farmhouse that's not in the forest. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, it's just one that's by the road, or
Yeah.
close enough to the road.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You can come up on a house. You don't see any people around it, but there is smoke coming from the chimney, and clothing hung on a line outside that's catching the wind to dry.
Cool.
Well, we're
Up to you.
Urvag
Yes.
after you.
All right. Stroll up and bang the hilt of my axe on the door.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
And there's a moment, and then you hear some movement inside, and a lady with a scarf tied around her hair, and she's old enough to have children, but maybe not old enough for her children to be adults.
Mm.
The children that might be, looking forward to leaving home but aren't quite there yet. That's the kind of age you would guess this woman is. And she's wearing an apron. She has her shirt sleeves rolled up, and she has a handkerchief tied around her hair. And she answers the door and says, "Hello, sir. What can I do for you today?"
Hello, young lady. I'm Orvarg, and these are my sidekicks. Did you hear of the disturbance in Grovedrift during Manupgang?
"Oh, no, I have not been to Manupgang this year. I was rather busy, and has there been a disturbance?"
Oh, yes, indeed. There was a great and terrible attack, but me and my loyal sidekicks were able to survive. Wait, why are we here?
We're returning the bodies to their families
Right.
in order to kind of sow fear amongst the community.
There was yes, we were attacked. The town was attacked, and the mayor was attacked by a band of hooded villains with knives in the dark. We have, but we were able to defeat them. We have brought the bodies back. We believe they are from this community.
She looks taken aback for a second, and she is looking past you at the cart.
I'm going to be stood at the cart with
Yeah.
a massive grin, just holding my axe.
Come look. Perhaps you will recognize these people.
She backs away from you slightly, Gex, and she has a moment before she finds the words in her throat, and she says, "Sir, my husband is not at home. I please do not trouble me with this."
We mean you no harm unless you wish to come at us in the dark with a knife. Perhaps your husband is here. Perhaps we have brought him home to you.
And she looks aggrieved, like the thought had also crossed her mind, and she says out loud, "My husband is at work with our neighbor. His sow is due, and he is helping with piglets. Um,
How long has he been away?
for he attended to them last night. I expect his return today."
Well, you should check.
Gonna grab a body by the scruff of the neck and hold it up and go, "Is this him?"
Roll me a d12, Sam.
D12 for 2 seconds.
She's going to scream anyway, but it's what kind of scream?
Fucking, where's my D12? There it is.
While this is going on, can I like creep round to the house and see if there's any windows or anything to
Yeah,
12.
have a
absolutely.
peek through?
You pick up a woman's body there, Sam.
Yeah,
and
still say, "Is this him?"
yeah, and the lady in the house shrieks because she is less used to seeing dismembered corpses.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is one of the people that Vic shot with an arrow, and so they have like a wound, through their chest, and you've kind of grabbed them up by the neck, and they're all kind of mangled. Their collarbone is stuck out at a horrible angle, and
Just lucky it's not the one we tortured.
well, sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's certainly be a message.
Well, I tortured.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't bring me into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so one of them, yeah, she's screaming at this point. Vic, are you trying to be sneaky up on the house and not be seen, or are you just walking around and don't really care? It's going to be
bit, but not like super.
Yeah.
Like if he was caught, he wouldn't be too bothered, but he is trying to be
Yeah.
a little bit stealthy.
Give me an agility roll, and we'll see what happens. It won't be
D20,
super
is it?
difficult.
That's the big
Yeah,
one, isn't
D20, and you add your agility bonus. Yeah.
it? 2 plus. Oh, look at that! Perfect ones again.
Yeah, brilliant, lovely, excellent. Yeah. You try climbing over a bit of fence, and the fence breaks loudly, and you fall down on your knee. And the woman in the house starts screaming, and she turns from a shriek of horror to Gex. She is slapping her kind of palms and her wrists against your shoulders and saying, "Go away! Leave me! Leave me! Stop destroying my things!"
I'm sorry.
Calm down. Shit, what's his name? I forgot your name.
Gilborn.
Calm down,
Felbon.
Felbon.
Do
We're
you
here for
know that
information,
body?
not for plunder. Well, I don't know why I went Scottish there.
I am making sure she is not lying. There could be person in house we do not know.
Is there anybody? Fuck me, I'm doing Rudy. Is there anybody in the house that we should know about?
Just go away! Just go!
I'm just going to kick the cart into motion.
Yeah, fair.
Just ride on. I mean, if your mission is scare the locals, I'd say mission accomplished.
I think it's safe to say that was probably her husband.
As we're going away, I'm going to grab another one from the cart and hold it up.
Fine. Yeah.
Is this one it?
Is it this one? Number 5.
This is one of the ones that you crushed with the table. And so you pick up, and the kind of ribs and things are all busted inwards. But they, you don't notice any discernible, different reaction. This woman is weeping already. She's wailing at what's happened here.
Good.
Oh well, fuck them.
Well, I guess we find somebody else who's more talkative.
I could have made her more talkative. But
You
not
can
for
see
long.
other kind of crofts and houses and things down and along the valley. So it'll take you, I don't know, another 10 minutes to ride up on another house if you wish to terrorize another local.
Absolutely.
And so the next house is a little smaller. It has a small shed out the back that you think would be good for any kind of animal, really. But horses come to mind. And what am I trying to say here? Yeah. The house itself, you ride up on there. There's no smoke coming from the chimney of this one.
Maybe
Bang on the
the
door.
owner isn't here.
You bang on the door. The curtains are drawn. And you wait a little while, and nobody comes to the door.
I think this person is probably in the cart.
Maybe we break in and see.
Did you find any keys on any of the bodies?
You did not find any keys on any bodies.
Is the door open?
Yes, or it does open when you turn the handle of it.
Hello? Anybody home?
There is no answer. It is silent.
No answer at all.
There's no answer at all. There's no sound in there.
Cool. Where's the kitchen?
Can we search it for fucking food? Who's
Yeah,
making dinner?
Yeah, you can head through to the kitchen, and the hearth, the fire in there is the hearth in the kind of main room, but also in the the area that's used for cooking and things like that is unlit. It is set. It has been lit. It has been used, but it is unlit currently and has been set more recently than it's been lit. So the wood in it is unburned. The place is fairly tidy. There is a bed big enough for 2 people. And as you look around, you will also find chests for 2 people. And materia that suggests 2 different people live there. Although live together as a couple. There is bread that you might estimate is a day or so old. There is there are vegetables that are uncooked, and there is on a piece of cold stone at the far end of the kitchen from the fire is some meat that is probably mutton if you look at it, but it might be pork.
Oh, I'll
Disgusting.
just grab anything and quick glance at the wall, see if there's any paintings of owners or anything.
It's uncooked, is what I mean there. The meat.
Oh, fine, grab it. Okay.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. In which case, roll me a d6. Roll me a d6 and add 1.
Two.
Okay, yeah. So that's you can. That's how many days worth of food you think you've grabbed.
Nice.
But yeah, there's nobody there. If you want to know more, you can have more of a look around.
Oh, it's just a quick glance, really, while I'm
Yeah.
robbing the food.
I
Yeah.
would like to search around while he is robbing place.
If you search more, give me a presence test, please, Vic.
5.
5. Okay, yeah. Other than what I've told you, and actually, it feels like a revelation to you that, there's probably 2 different people that live here. They probably both live here, yeah. And you can see, look, there's room for 2 people, but there's only 1 bed. Oh, I bet there are a couple. And that feels like a really clever observation to you. You feel really smart for working that out.
Okay, well, no one's here.
Next.
Keep
Next.
going. We just go
Can we
straight
leave
into
a
town.
body in the bed
Yeah.
for when they come back?
No,
It
it
would be a
might
funny
be
joke.
the wrong bed. Wrong body. You don't want to mismatch them.
So, can we knock on door with corpse this time? Bring one to door and then bang on door. Wait till answer and go.
Yeah, straight on into town. I think you're right.
You're gonna carry on riding on to the next little hamlet.
To the town center.
Unless
or
we
whatever
see
you
anyone
call
on the
it.
way, maybe.
Yeah. So it's not really so much of a town. There is a kind of area that people might pitch up and have things for market. There is a kind of corral that you could put a load of sheep or a load of cows in. You know, and an area for people to discuss livestock and other kinds of stock. There are, you know, it's a large set of scales, and there is a pub. There is a small chapel. And you know,
Maybe the
there are
chapel's the place to go.
a couple more houses as well. You know, there's actually a cluster of houses
I think
rather than them being
I
spaced
would
out
stay
otherwise.
away from priest.
I think
do not
the
believe
pub
in
might be a better place to go to. But yes, chapel could be good for you.
Well, if these creatures belong to some cult, this is either their chapel, or maybe the priest will know if I show him the cloak I took.
Yes.
I'm gonna park up the body wagon in front
Priest
of
may
the
even
chapel,
know.
and I'll go up and enter the chapel if it's open. If not, I'll knock.
Bring out
Yeah,
your dead.
the door opens. Yeah, or the door is open, and you can walk in there, and it's a wooden building, and it's, you know, it's fairly tall. It has you know, a belfry. I don't know. It has a tower with a small bell in it. And you know, a tall ceiling, rafters, everything like that. Simple pews. It's not kind of decadent, but there is, you know, ornamentation. There are engravings on the wall, and there are
Actually, sorry, Jed. I want to have
Yeah.
brought the
one of the cloaks with you.
one of the cloaks with me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
have it
fine. Yeah, I'm
tucked
happy
into
for
my
you to do
belt.
that. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that's fine. There's nobody in there that you immediately see, although there are rooms through in the back.
Are any of the engravings or the symbology around this place in any way replicated on the embroidery on the cloak?
So the cloak doesn't really have much in terms of embroidery. It's a kind of it is, you know, like a black cloth with just a trim that is just a bright silver.
Oh, okay.
So the hemming, or the, however I want to put it, you know, around the
Yeah, I
cuffs,
get you.
around the hood, on the edges that are, you know, where it's bound and where it's, you know,
Okay.
the edges of it are just a kind of bright silver.
And what are priests referred to as in this world? Are we just priest or?
Holy
Yeah, that would be,
bastards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Father or brother, as you might like, if you're referring to them directly. Yeah.
Speak, priest.
Now then, brother, I was gonna say that. Speak, priest!
Oh, just hello.
And the
Is there
door
anyone
at the
here?
back, of the room cracks open, and a man in a kind of earthy brown vestment comes up, and he's not old, like decrepit, but he's older than any of you, and he's balding. And you know, this man you can ascertain pretty quickly as a man of the cloth, as they might say. But he's wearing kind of earthy browns, and he
I'll go up and approach him and put out my hand to shake his.
greetings to you, traveller, and he'll hold his hand out, and and meet
Shake
your
his
handshake.
hand. Good day, brother. My name's Vrak of the North. We were.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, no. I interrupted you.
Yeah, I was going to just pick a name for this guy. Let's call him. I'm Klaus.
Well, brother Klaus, we come from Grobdrift. We were there the past few days, and something terrible happened.
Oh, Grovedrift has just celebrated Manlapgang, has it not? I do not attend.
Has we were present, and while present, 11, 12 men and women from this area set upon the mayor's wife in the festival with knives, dressed in cloaks like this, and they stole away her jewels, and they attempted murder upon many.
Ah. His mouth is open. He's clearly shocked by what you're saying, or at least he appears shocked.
Denbrot has instructed us to return the bodies. We don't know these people or where they came from, but he said he knew them all, more or less. Maybe you can identify them. We have them outside.
Oh.
They wanted to burn them, but I said to him, maybe there's different customs down here. Ground is softer.
Well, yes, we would burn them, but I oh my gosh. Yes, I will look. And his eye is kind of catching on the robe a little bit, but he's now that you've got his attention, it's going out past you and out.
Do you
out
recognize this? When I see him looking at the robe, I kind of grab a corner of it, so showing him the silver. Do you recognize these? These aren't from your church.
They are not. Black and silver are not commonly. They are commonly combined colors, but within Grovedrift itself, those who celebrate the rising of the moon, and I am surprised to hear that anyone wearing these colors would attack Stenbrot and his family.
These colors are from Grovedrift, not here?
Only they are the night and the bright moon, and perhaps the shining gems that they draw from the earth. We are ourselves people who till the earth, but you see I wear brown. I might wear green in warmer months. In springtime.
Oh. Well, this is confusing. Well, maybe take a look, see if these faces mean anything to you.
Yes, I will.
Sorry to put this on you. It's a grim sight.
It is the burden of whoever reads the Psalms to bear the weight of the community sometimes upon his shoulders. I do not like to use the word curse, but...
Wait is good enough. I'll walk out towards the wagon.
Yeah, sure, yeah, and he'll come out, and he instantly kind of overtakes you almost, and has his hands on the side of the car, and is looking at people's faces, and then he looks back to you and says, these people have... You say these people attacked Grovedrift and you at Stenbrot?
We witnessed them. We were travelers and we were invited to Manapgang.
We ended them.
I sat at the table near Stenbrot and his good wife, as did some of my friends. 12 came in.
Yeah.
One escaped. A young boy or a young woman, maybe. Skinny little thing. Ran off. The rest, as you see. What would you like us to do with them?
His jaw is wavering.
Tell you what, We'll leave the cart around the side of your chapel, and we will take a refreshment in the inn across the way. Maybe if any
Yes.
of the families come to claim their dead, they can pay us a visit. We'll probably stay the night, if they have room.
He nods. He can't quite make the words, but he's nodding like absent-mindedly almost.
Yeah.
And he'll
Okay.
walk with the cart around to where you take it.
Yeah,
Can
we'll take it
one of-
around so it's not hidden from the rest of the village. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's still visible, and I'll detach the horse, and then we'll take our horses over towards the inn, which is, I'm assuming, just across the road.
He'll
Like
ask if one of you will remain to help him unload the cart because he wants to, see who's there. He can't see everybody just yet.
Yeah, I'll help him.
Yeah.
I don't mind either.
No.
I don't want Vic here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Fjellborn, Urvag, why don't you go and make yourself comfortable, get us some drinks. We'll be over in 10 minutes.
You priest.
Now you're talking my language.
Okay.
Goodbye, beers.
Now you're talking my language. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Yeah, and Klaus is around there, and he's not, shy of the work. He is helping move things, but he's very glad of the help from the two of you.
Yeah, we'll basically leave them lined up, I suppose, beside the cart, like you see the war dead.
Can we leave them somewhere sort
Yes.
of
Can we
visible to,
leave them like
us?
standing up, like they're in a coffin on display,
Fucking weekend
Like-
at Bernie's.
like fucking Morgan Freeman in Tombstone. Get some revenge out of these assholes.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
No, we'll place them on the ground respectfully, because, well, I'm assuming this guy has nothing to do with it, but we'll get the response we want once the villagers hear of
Yeah.
the story. It just might take a little while.
I was wondering if there's any locations we can watch
Respectfully.
while having a drink, if you know what I mean. So you can.
Would the inn have
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
windows?
I want to be able to see if anyone's going to the bodies and reacting. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe is the
Out
window in the
normally?
inn? Maybe we can get a seat at the window or whatever.
there are windows, but there are also benches outside that you could sit on.
I'm just going to,
like
while
along the
everyone's
front.
deciding a plan, start unloading. Not gracefully.
Yeah.
It's still
taking them out of the
Yeah, I was
sacks
just
of
gonna
potatoes.
Yeah.
Just going to
drag
like
them
throw
by the
them out of
legs
the
and, like,
car.
their heads
Unless
slam
you,
on the ground and things.
yeah, unless you tell me to, I'm just going to start doing it.
No, I'll help Rolf do that.
Yeah.
The sooner the better. Like Fjellborn and Urvag are
And then,
away
yeah,
from here. I'm happy.
when we're
Yeah.
over at the bar, I want to set up in a position where I can overlook the shit.
Yeah. So the inn, like, unlike the church, which is tall and airy and kind of sparse inside, the inn is like every country pub you've ever been to, where basically what it is an extended thatch bungalow with fucking like rusty farming equipment nailed to the walls, and it's kind of put up like old trophies. There's an old plough with somebody's name engraved on a mounting board underneath it, with what you can recognise as probably being a family name.
I'm well aware of the pubs you're talking about.
Yes, this is exactly it. And there are yokes that will have been used on oxen that the leather looks worn and beaten to heck, like it might have been used by 5 generations of cattle to pull a plough. And there are trophies, there are hunting trophies, stags' heads, that sort of thing, that are mounted on there.
And a pub that would have a 200-year-old piece of driftwood from a ship that sank.
Yes, this is exactly it. If it weren't so far from the sea, that's exactly that kind of place. And the barman, despite the fact that you've been, in a mining village and then visiting farms, the barman manages to be the broadest person you've seen in weeks. He has kind of red whiskers and a coarse, simple white shirt. But as you go in there, he's lifting a barrel up onto the bar and tapping it. You managed to time it perfectly, and he grins and remarks on this. And says, "Yes, travellers, you have timed it well.
Oh, looks,
Welcome."
you're just the man I wanted to see. 4 ales, and
And
also
yeah,
4 for my friends outside.
and he starts pouring like as you're speaking, just like he's seen you coming in, and he's just grabbing a cup and putting them down in front of you. Welcome. Welcome to Fentoni. What brings you here? Are you traveling down the valley or up?
We're bringing a cart full of corpses from Grove Drift.
And the man's massive grin just like turns to like a huh? And then it comes back again and says, haha, yes, the haha. Grove Drift mining corpses now, huh? Not gems or coal or iron ore.
No, they're
There's
dead.
no, there was no mining of these corpses. We manufactured them ourselves. We think they're from this town.
While Gex is saying this, I want to Felborn to have been given matey the biggest, toothiest cheese, like proper nasty, not nasty, meant to be nasty looking. In Felborn's mind, it's a
Can't help
nice
that.
smile, but
Yeah.
in reality, it is horrendously fucking like.
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna eat the bloke.
Anyone gone missing lately? Maybe 12 people.
He's slowly cottoning on to the fact that you're not joking here, and he's still pouring a drink and puts the table a bit more the cup a bit more gingerly down on the bar for this next one, and looks back and forth between you, and then his eyes flash down to your belts where your weapons are hanging, and to the feathers, the flights of the arrows sticking out over Felborn's shoulders.
You've got nothing to fear unless you mean us harm, in which yes, we're just curious.
Maybe go
I-
over to the church and see.
Yes. Anyone in here? We have a
there's no one else in there. You are
okay.
the first customers of the
Then
day.
I will not announce to the pub that we've got bodies outside. Anyway, thanks for the drinks. We'll have some more later.
And
I'll sit down.
food.
Oh yeah, food.
And he's again quite taken aback by what you're saying, and won't. If you're just going to pick up the drinks, he won't stop you. But are you going to sit and negotiate food, or?
Wait until the lads come in.
Yeah, we don't know what they like.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
They don't eat what I eat.
Nobody fucking eats what you eat.
True.
Degenerate.
You should try it one day. You will like it. You know.
Give me some seconds. Sorry, I'm just checking something with my notes. But Sam and Gav, you are able to unload your 11 corpses.
Cool. I'm gonna head towards the inn, presumably with some fucking claret all over me from throwing these bodies onto the floor.
Yeah, some of it is blood, some of it is shit, some of it is, you wouldn't like to guess. Yeah,
Bit of highball juice dangling on your shoulder.
yeah, that's it. And yeah, Rolf can walk back over there once they're all laid out. But Klaus himself is walking back and forth and inspecting the corpses, and it doesn't take him long before he's kind of muttering under his breath. And then he looks up to you, Gav, and says, "Tell me, Vrak, are you a man of faith, of God? Do you read the gospel, either the old or the new, the black?"
Not for many years. Not since I left home. What is it, brother? What do you see that I don't?
Just that This and he'll. I'm not going to read you 11 names, but he'll go around and he'll name each person and say who they are and where they're from, and where their house is. And some of them live in the forest above, and some of them live in the valley.
In the valley.
Yeah, in the valley. Absolutely. And says all of these I have known them for years, but I have not seen them in weeks.
Hmm.
Nobody attends every week of every year, but I hold the sermon anyway.
You
If
think they've
people are
fallen
missing,
underneath the influence of other scripture? It would make sense from what we learned from one of them while they were dying. He
if
talked of something to do with the damned truth.
the
I don't know what these things mean. He mentioned the name, but for the life of me, I cannot pronounce it. Ver, who is something, the inexorable.
the name is Verhu.
That was it.
It is
What?
he, him, Verhu, and Ankh.
What's all this mean?
The Griv.
My religion, from when I was a lad, was very different than this, and indeed yours.
If they are the basilisk, if our Lord God is our savior, they are our damnation. If he is the creator of the world, I believe he is the destroyer of it.
So these peoples, they must have learnt from some preacher of this faith. Any strangers in this valley?
He shakes his head briefly and says there have been. If you look in my church, you will see both gospels side by side. They are discussed openly. I have nothing to hide.
This is the old and the
But
new you talked of, yeah?
it is the good book and the bad alike. But
Oh. What's... so not old and new? So what's good and bad? Bad talks of this Verhug?
I would say so. That is my name for them. They have been discussed in this valley for. If it is true that the new scripture is 300 years old, then they have been discussed for 250.
So then this... They could have learnt this from you? They could have started worshipping on their own?
I would not. That is not what I teach, and there is a sternness in his voice that.
No, I didn't. I'll raise my hands like, no, I didn't mean offense, but I mean, if these people lost faith in the one above, then maybe they, by themselves, turn to the one below.
He nods a bit more solemnly.
It's either that or they find another preacher.
Yeah.
And like you
If
said, there's nobody around else here, is there? Is there?
He's kind of chewing on his lip again, and there's a his brow is really furrowed.
Is there, brother?
There was, I think.
Do you have a name? Oh.
And he points back and forth at the people, and he's not saying anything for a moment, and then he settles on a man's body. This is the man whose arm was cut off quite near the start of the fight.
Yeah.
What a dish.
This is Baron. Baron keeps pigs. He has a sow fat with young. It
So I
is due
hear.
any time.
So I guess one of his neighbors, the We saw his wife. We went to help him deliver the sow last night. Instead, he went to deliver us to the afterlife.
Baron is close with his own wife, and she is not here. Annalise.
Well, maybe she was the one that ran away. For
I
their
read-
houses, see. They kept the horse or two, yes? They'd no children.
He nods.
And they had pigs?
He's introduced people. So several of the people there that he's introduced and talked to you about are or at least could be married couples.
Okay.
You know, there are people about the same age, and you know, of the Crips, there are not quite an equal number of men and women. There are more men, but
Well, brother, I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm thirsty. No matter what you make of all this, we shall talk again at some point in the future. I'm going to join my friends in the inn. And like I said before, if any villagers wish to talk to us, that's where we'll be for the next little while. When is your next service?
today is, in the old tongue, it is Freya's Day.
Hmm? 2
Eh,
days?
yes,
Well,
but
maybe we will stay for that.
I mark you, traveler, Vrak. I did not worry for these individuals any more than many of the others whom I have not seen of late. My congregation is sometimes plentiful, but has diminished by much more than 12 these months last.
Mm. That is what I am counting on, I say as I start walking off. Maybe time to buy new spectacles, brother. I'm gonna leave him and walk off towards the inn.
Yeah. He makes the sign of the cross as you walk away. But you can move up. Yeah, the innkeeper is happy to serve you as well, Rolf. Although he doesn't grin in the same sort of way. He looks less happy when you come in. For a moment there.
Can I pat him on the shoulder as he gives me a drink and say, "Why so glum, fella?"
You absolutely can. And he looks over to Irvag and Felborn and says, "You're traveling with them?"
I'll just
Aye.
smile and hold up a bit.
Yeah. These two weirdos are with me.
Well, I hope your stay is pleasant. Will you be needing room? Beds?
Yeah, I believe so. Did these gentlemen not sort it out?
No.
Fucking useless.
Problem with them is one of them's batshit crazy and the other one is just too far up his own anus. Yes, 4 rooms, please.
I'll reach into my pouch and take
or
out
one
the 2
room with-
silver I have left to my name and plonk it on the table.
Or one room with enough room for us all to sleep.
Yeah, that's plenty. He'll. I will make up 4 beds.
Danke.
Much appreciated.
What a nice
Bread
guy.
is ready. Soup is cooking. I will have Lena bring you something.
Cool, I'll go out and get some of the fresh stuff we have in our cart.
Yeah.
In our other cart, and bring it in for us to eat.
Oh, I'll pull out a slab of that meat I stole and say, "Could you cook this one up for me?"
And he nods and says, "We will." Yes.
Brilliant.
This is.
And I'm going to take my drink outside and watch the corpses and see
Yeah,
if
fine.
God.
Yeah.
any visitors.
Watch the
The smell
corpses. You'll
was
probably
getting
find him
bad.
fucking them later.
I want to say, so do you? I think seems like Stenbrott's leading us on a fool's errand here. Those cloaks were from fucking Grovedrift, were they not?
That's what the
people were
priest
from here.
said. But the people were from here. And he says their congregation has been getting smaller and smaller with time.
It is
Sounds like a cult.
the guy
It
behind the
does.
bar. Are you at a table away from the bar, or are you talking at the bar now?
Sorry, no. I'd rather be up by the window,
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
just
Yeah, okay.
I
so we
love
can look
Sana.
out. But just
Yeah.
kind of casually look out. We know our eagle-eyed parasite of a human is outside doing the job.
Is
Yes.
he even a human?
Eagle-eyed psycho.
Barely.
And he just ask his insects to look out for him.
Because I can take the fun out quicker. Just waiting for another chance to question someone.
Gentle interrogation.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
No one's around in terms of this little hamlet. Like there are other houses that have got their fires lit, or they've got smoke coming out of the chimney. But you haven't seen anybody other than the priest and the barman since you got into this little town, which not even town, but this little hamlet, which the barman referred to as Venti. Yeah.
Fair enough. It'll probably take a little while for the word to spread, and it's kind of evening now, isn't it?
Yeah, late afternoon.
All right. Well,
You know,
we sit and wait, and I'll
the
make sure I
sun is
have my
creeping towards
fucking warhammer at my feet.
Yeah.
You know, after what happened last time, I don't want to get caught out.
No. No, sure. And you can sit and wait, and the ale kind of sits in your stomach, and you feel the weight of it as you drink, and then bread comes with stew. Which would you like him to have added the mutton you donated to the stew, Sam, or cooked it up
No.
separately?
Separately.
So yeah, so it will come with some meat that's been cooked up on some hot stones and sliced on a plate.
The question is, did he overcook it?
You can roll me for that, and if it's odds, no, yeah, roll me. Tell you what, roll me a d10, and the higher the number, the more cooked it is.
10? That's a 10. 1.
It's been like touched to a hot stone and brought out again because the guys, yeah,
And it's lamb, right?
yes,
Yeah.
or yeah, sheep, yeah.
Yeah. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Crucially, it smelled fresh, and the mutton's quite fatty, so like
Yeah.
you can chew it, and it's going to be chewy, but the flavour's still there.
No, I'm going to ask him to recook it, but when he comes over with it, I'll take a bite out of it and be like,
Okay.
my good friend, I know this is a hard day for everyone with the terrible news and whatever, blah blah blah. Can you pay more attention to the meat? It needs another few minutes.
I'm sorry, of course. And he picks
Thank
it up, and he'll go back, and he'll come back, and he'll do a better job this time.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it comes back, and it's fine. Again, it's
Okay.
still ever so slightly underdone, but it's it's cooked through now.
Fine.
Yeah.
Disappoint.
Hmm.
Karma for stealing it, I suppose.
But slowly the sun creeps up the valley, and the shadows around you grow longer, and clouds gather and condense over the valley and shift in the wind, and the wind itself grows from pleasant to cold, and rattles slightly at the windows. And after a little while, the barman goes around and lights candles, lights lanterns, and before too long, what you can mostly see looking out the window is the light from the inside reflecting on it. But you can also see lights lit in the houses, and a single light lit at the back of the chapel across the road for you. After a little while, you see Klaus take a lantern. He hasn't moved the bodies from where you unloaded them earlier, if you've been watching him. But he goes around each of the houses and knocks. And if you're watching him closely, you'll see that he doesn't enter, but rather speaks at them at the door. Each time they're answered by one or two people at each door. And then he goes back to the chapel with a sullen look on his face and closes the door and closes the shutters on the windows. And the innkeeper here is mostly keeps to himself. There are no other customers that night. But he keeps you steadily supplied with ale.
Not
You know,
going to
it
drink
almost-
too much.
You're not going to drink too much?
I'm going to drink too much.
Yes. I was going to insist that you drank too much. And after a little while, Gex, you stand and you feel that the floor is not as level as it was when you arrived. But you need to stand because you're desperately in need for a piss.
Absolutely. I must piss. Piss the night away.
And you haven't spent much time at sea, but you've spent enough time on the road trying to stand on the back of a cart that is wobbling and shaking around to...
I got this shit.
Yeah. To know that, you're going to have to hold on to something as you walk.
Yeah.
And you go to grab for a table or a pillar, and it's not quite there where you expect it to be. So you can roll me. You just give me. You can give me an agility roll, but it's going to be quite a difficult one.
7.
7. Yeah, the pillar is not there where you go to grab it, and the floor is not there where you go to step on it.
Oh, bastard!
And you come down on your thigh and hip. That's the part that catches you first, and then your shoulder, and then eventually your head on the wooden floor.
Oof. I think I'll
You kind of
down.
crumple like that. But you're not that badly hurt, or not in a way that you'll notice it right now.
Alright, I'll crawl outside and have a piss, or to wherever the pisser is in this place. I'll just
It'll
crawl
be
over
outside.
there. Yeah, I'll just crawl outside.
Yeah. The barman doesn't laugh. He seemed when you met him this morning the kind of guy that would love laughing at that, but he's a bit scared of you, possibly.
Good.
The rest of you, as to whether you laugh or not, watching Ovag stand, wobble around the room, and fall flat on his side.
Well, I definitely don't help him.
No.
That's fine.
I'll get up and help him.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, brother. I'll be back in an hour.
Just don't fall again.
Sure.
And the moon outside is bright. Even through the clouds, you can see the shadows of each individual pebble. And the brightness of the sky and the twinkling of the odd star through clouds, so there aren't that many, they're quite washed out by the brightness of the moon, really swirl for you, Gex. They shift and they move, and you think that you've fixed your eye on the moon, and then by the time you've got it, it's like it's spun behind you, or perhaps your eyes have themselves moved because they won't stay in position. But eventually you can anchor yourself and you can get a hand in the right place to hold your stream of piss steady. And a little bit of it gets on your boot, but you're okay.
Yeah, that's fine with that. It's leather. It's supposed to be pissed on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how it works, right?
and eventually you can make your way inside. The barman bringing over a bit more food, a bit more bread. Will mention that he's made up beds for you, straw beds, in the room just next door, and points in the opposite direction of the big fire in the inn. But eventually,
Right.
as you all will go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna head up to bed.
Yeah. Anybody else like to do anything tonight?
Do we have to sleep?
I mean, as a character, you'll have to sleep or not, and you can stay awake all night. You'll just have a bad time. You don't have to sleep.
Oh, I might stay up a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And just, keep an eye, see who comes in and out.
Yeah. The innkeep, after a little while, comes to you and says, Sir Traveller, I myself must to bed. Please, I will trust you to not do not put more on the fire tonight, maybe. I'm happy for let it fall down, and I will leave you with a candle.
Danke. Sleep well.
Mm.
BRB.
Sam, can I get... I'll wait until Gex gets back, maybe. No, I'll get you to roll me a d6, please, if you're staying up.
Oh, 2 seconds. 5.
5. Okay.
Okay. Boobs.
Absolutely fine. Yeah, and the night goes on, and as I've said, the gleam of candlelight, because the last light of the evening, there is the fire at the edge of the large hall, and the candlelight on your table, they dash against the window and they dance, and they seem to shimmer and sparkle, especially in the night. Something about the way that they are lit, the way that their room, catches your attention. You wonder maybe if this is an effect of the ale or not, but you think you see many colours dancing in the yellow and the warmth of the warm light. And on bottles behind the bar, you see these colours also. A kind of sort of magnificent kind of refraction and iridescence that you've only seen in jewels before, when you have gotten close enough to see jewels.
Okay, I'll get up and have a look around, see what the...
Yeah, sure. You haven't had too much to drink, but you've had a little bit, so I won't make it as difficult, but I'll still get you to roll an agility check for me, just to see if you haven't really fucked it.
Murder dice. Steady.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you're nice and steady, and you can go and take a look around, and yeah, true to form. Where are you going to look? Are you going to look in the window, or?
Well, if it's hitting the back of the bar, I mean, just the obvious opposite of where light could come from to hit the back of the bar. Window.
So you've got, like I say, you've got the fire, and the fire at this point in the evening is still fairly big, and you've got your candle, but your eyes are quite used to the darkness by now, and so you can make out the corners of the room and things like that.
Mm.
You've got the glass in the windows, and you've got glass on bottles behind the bar, like I said.
Nothing untoward.
So you're going to go and check out all of those. There's Run me through what you'd like to do. Can you be as descriptive as you can?
Well, I mean, does it seem outer-worldly to myself?
It might just be a trick of your eyes. You know, you can see colours playing on the glass.
Well, I just go up towards a glass
Yeah.
slowly,
Yeah.
kind of look around and pick a glass up and see if there's still colours.
The bottle is heavier than you expect it to be.
Okay.
And it feels cold and actually slightly rough to your hand, where it should feel smooth, you know, like glass does. It feels rougher and heavier than it should do. And as I say, the iridescence, you can see the liquid sloshing around inside, and this same kind of iridescent light in your candle light still plays on it.
Is there a label?
No. You imagine that the innkeep here is someone that knows what things are just by looking at them, because he's the only person. Him and Lena was the lady who also was there. They might know what everything is.
What's the amount in a glass?
Yeah, it smells like vodka.
I have a sipple.
So you've got kind of wooden cups that are there. They don't have. They do have glasses behind the bar actually. They're fairly ornate.
Yeah, just a little sipple.
Yeah. Yeah, and it tastes like vodka. The glass that you pour out in and that you pick up also feels. You're not sure. It's almost like, I mean, maybe you've just had too much ale, but it feels rougher than it should. It feels heavier than it should. Make me a presence check.
I got pluses in this, I think.
Yeah.
11.
And is it just Sam that's up and awake at this point? Everyone else has gone to bed.
Sure. I'll be sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11's not quite there, Sam, but so you've got what I'm describing to you at the moment, but that's fine. You'll kind of conclude that maybe you're drunker than you realise if things just feel weird. This tastes like you'd expect vodka to, you know, the kind of vodka you get in a rural village pub that might have sat there for a year and is fine, but
I've only had 4 beers. That's just a number I picked out of the sky.
yeah, no, sure, yeah, but it's caught you today and is playing a trick that you're not used to it playing. Maybe they make them stronger here in Venti.
No, well. Go and sit down, put my feet up by the fire.
Yeah.
Obviously put the bottle back.
Yeah, and the rest of the evening goes, the fire slowly tampers down, the darkness creeps in and begins to fill the room. You don't hear anybody else outside all night. And eventually your candle wickers down and wickers down. And you would probably guess it's going to be out before it starts to get light, but by the time the candle is down to its very wick, you can see outside and there's a beginning of an orange glow in the sky. And a warpedness to the windows that you don't remember. And again, this may well just be a trick of now having stayed up all damn night out of stubbornness.
Yeah, because fuck you.
Yeah. And
I mean, he's a big man. Toughness +2. I'm sure he can pull an all-nighter and not be too affected.
yeah, sure, yeah, but
Until like
Don't go
3 o'clock.
whinging when you're tired tomorrow.
yeah. No, and the cold in the bones that you remember from only a few nights ago sleeping in the shack on the bank of Lake Gratanda, finds you again in the hours before dawn.
I wasn't
Wait.
cold. I had my trusty blanket, and I still do.
Yeah, but there's a kind of deep cold that comes from poor sleep or no sleep, and sitting and not being sure whether to shiver or not, and realizing after a little bit that you're tensing the muscles in your arms and your shoulders, that you're gripping things a bit tighter, that maybe you've been holding your jaw tight. That comes from that. But the night passes, and eventually the orangey tint turns to a kind of stony grey of a sky, and the blanket of clouds is pocked by the light of sun, and daylight begins to creep in through the windows, and it plays again against the glass, which seems, you reach up and touch it, it seems heavier and coarser and strangely thicker than you think it should do. And this, now you're sure, is not an effect of the ale. The ale is, no more than dry fuzz against your tongue now from the night before. Something is up, maybe. Everyone else will awaken as well.
Very well.
Yeah.
In which case, Vic, I will get you to roll your d4 for presence stat for plus your presence for your powers today.
3 and 2. So 5.
5, yeah, so you could cast 5 spells today. The others of you have slept reasonably well. The inn was warm. The beds were soft enough. You kind of wish that you'd stayed in this place on the way up rather than riding straight through it.
Mm.
And you are awake, you think, before the innkeep, and the three of you might rise and come back into the main room, where you see Rolf sitting, staring not through but at the window.
Rolf, you idiot. Did you not sleep?
9.
Why don't you sleep now?
Why?
Because when they come, we will need to be at our best.
Well, they could have come last night.
No, because it's a farm community. Everyone is spread out. They'll come today, maybe tomorrow.
Well, that man tried to kill me with my lamb steak. I did not want to sleep.
Fair enough.
Yeah. The rest of you will notice similarly this kind of... no, in fact, actually, I might get you all to roll presence tests.
Very well. That was the roll.
A 9.
What do I have?
Please work, mouse.
+1. 15.
Yeah.
9, I think.
9. Yeah, 9. Vic, you've rolled pretty well there, I think. Gex, you've got a 15.
Indeed.
So again, you'll notice this change in the light coming through the windows, and daylight is starting to come through it. And a kind of warpedness slightly, and a refraction, especially where light kind of hits the floor. And if you've ever seen reflection of water kind of play on the or a reflection that casts a rainbow on a wall. You will see that in these. It is coloured, and it is like water like playing through mist. And some of it catches on, and the glass and sparkles, and some of it casts light on the floor, and things are not
Delightful.
as yeah. Um, and Vic, you rolled the highest there, I think, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You will recall and find yourself saying aloud without even realizing it, and the rest of you will recognize this as the word spill from Felburn's lips. These are words you all realize as you hear them, because you have heard them before, from the second psalm of the calendar of Necrobel, the nameless scriptures, the black gospel. And glass shall become quartz.
Mhm. What? I'm gonna say, just because I grew
Yeah.
up in a cult, in a love
Yeah.
cult,
Yeah.
Aye.
the cult of the eternal vagina, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. It's I'm not that well versed in the
Yeah.
regular scriptures,
Yeah.
if that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. And again, it rings a bell to you, Gav, just because you'll have been taught this book even as a kind of thing to be wary of, a
Okay,
thing
yeah.
to fear, and so to watch out for the warning signs. But this is, it's a line from that,
So
from
what
that book.
gibberish is he talking now? He's eating the mushrooms again.
Hmm.
I could not find mushrooms in woods as we came. Yes, it is from the book, the black
book.
book.
Don't be
Black.
silly. It's just funny weather today.
It looks odd, that window. It is not straight. It is not correct. That is not glass.
Sure. What else do they make windows out of? I'm gonna see if anyone's moved any bodies.
Yeah,
I have not seen anything.
good shit.
I'm just gonna just gonna quickly walk over,
Yeah.
count the bodies and walk back.
They're as you left them with Klaus. Klaus hasn't moved them.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's fine.
While
No.
he's doing that, can I take my dagger, go over to the
Mhm.
window, and just try to break it?
Yeah, and you can scratch it, but yeah, it appears to have transfigured to a mostly clear stone rather than being glass.
Well,
What
that's
glass
creepy.
can... I
Oh,
told
that's what
you,
you meant by it being rougher, right?
it is not glass. This place is strange.
Yes.
Strange, and I say it's strange, then
Pretty
it is
fucking
fucking
strange.
strange.
Huh.
Do I need to question the innkeeper? Find his secrets. Maybe he like hot Harrow.
Anyone around yet?
With you all chattering, you'll hear movement in the room, in a room on the other side of the fireplace. And first of all, the lady Lena, who'd been serving you food the day before, will come through, and she will kind of nod sheepishly at you all and move behind the bar, and then back to the area where they keep food. And you can see enough and hear enough to see that she's probably starting to make bread, and she's getting a fire lit in the back there, and then she'll come back through and light the fire and set the fire in the main room as well, and then retreat back to that kitchen area.
Hmm.
And then after a little bit, the
She's
innkeeper, really wide gentleman, will come back through again, and he will be more gregarious and say, "Well, gentlemen, I hope you all slept well."
After she's lit the fire, can
Yeah.
I ask her for a pot of coffee?
She'll narrow her eyes. Of what?
Coffee? Java? Sweet pick me up?
There's a look between you, and you might ascertain that she doesn't know what coffee is.
If coffee doesn't exist in Borg, I'm fucking all for right now.
I'm going to say it doesn't exist, just that there isn't much of it in Venti.
That's
Venti.
fair. Which is
You
pretty
know.
fucking dumb, considering the town's called Venti. They should be
Yes,
cashing in
sure,
on that.
yeah.
Get a fucking Starbucks in every street corner.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue, Sam.
You know, there's a brown liquid that wakes you up. You boil it. Comes from beans.
I have made soup with beans, sir, and broth. We can have broth for awakening and oats.
Aye. Yes. Bring out some oats, thank you.
And she'll bring you out. She'll get the fire lit and bring you some oats with that's been made quite nicely with milk. And then fairly quickly go back. She'll bring out 4 bowls of oats, and they've got a little bit of honey on them. They've been nicely made. And then she'll come back with she'll go back to making her bread in the other room.
Love a bit of porridge.
I open my jar of honey and put an extra spoonful in.
Ooh.
You've got your own honey, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a sweet tooth, this one.
Doesn't have coffee. What kind of fucking backward place is this?
It's shit. How is she supposed to destroy a hangover?
I'm very tempted just to slap you, but I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Sorry, I watched the Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode where he asks Holt to slap him, and he says, "I'm not going to do that," and just immediately slaps him really hard to wake him up.
Wow.
It's better if it's more of a surprise.
Yeah. Watch that one this evening. So what, the reckoning's coming in, is it? Is that what you think? Man in the corner?
Who's in the corner?
I don't know. Just assume he's in the corner. He's weird.
The barman or Felbund?
Starborn.
Maybe. I do not know fully, but it is strange that everywhere else is glass. Back at the last place where people were murdered, they had glass windows. This place has quartz or stone. This is not right.
It probably the quality of the light seems different this morning than it did the day before.
Hmm.
It may have changed in the night.
Maybe
that
there's
bottle
magical
did go weird.
properties. No, I can turn people invisible. The stone may do something strange too.
You're saying it's
Does
a
anyone
magic
know-
window.
Does anyone know what these scriptures say after this quartzy glass passage? What's the next lines?
I do not remember. Maybe we should speak to the priest.
He's probably going to be knowledgeable on such matters. Good idea. Let's get to him. Speak,
Yeah,
priest.
you
Sorry,
can go and find Klaus
Can
in
I-
the next room. In the next, yeah.
Can I ask the wife of the innkeeper?
Yeah.
For an empty bottle? if she has one to spare.
She looks a bit shifty, and she goes and finds you, and she says, They have changed all my bottles in the night. What has come of
Yeah.
this? What have you brought with you, strange travellers?
Oh, it was here before we came, madame.
A cart full of 12 bodies.
Well, yes.
I
Brought
I
them dead.
assure you, sirs, these were fine glass. Just yesterday, they were blown in
Oh, I
many
believe
of
you. But the corruption that has spread to this glass spread to many of your townsfolk long before we got here. Just
Man,
ask Brother Klaus. He will explain. I'm going to see him now. I want to take a bottle to him to show him. Hence, I ask for you help.
I want to go and ask our husband, the innkeeper, why
Hmm.
has he got fucking stone windows? Quartz
I'll,
windows.
I'll take the bottle and head off towards.
she'll
Brother
she'll
Klaus.
give you an empty bottle. She'll keep the cork.
Thank you.
Tight bitch.
Ag.
The innkeeper is just as flabbergasted as the rest of you as to what's happened here.
Hmm.
Is there any hint of like deception on his face or in his actions, way he behaves?
The innkeeper,
Yeah.
make me a presence test.
Oh fucking hell! And he rode off the table then. 17, 19.
No, so he's in here and he's checking each individual window, and then he goes around and checks each individual bottle and cup, a kind of glass, thing there. And he's doing the exact same test that you did, where he's trying to scratch things with his glass, and he's feeling with his knife, and he's feeling the weight of things in his
Mhm.
hands, and
So I'm
is
inclined to believe that he's telling the truth.
he is befuddled and bamboozled, and asks you a similar thing of, how have you done this?
I
Yeah.
have not done this. I can do many things, but not this.
Well, what has done it? Is
Is there
this?
any dark things in this town? Any evil?
I,
'Cause, this is not normal.
and you see his lips move, and you can, with a roll like that, you can make out the same line. The same line about glass shall become quartz.
Exactly.
And his eyes are tracking back and forth as he's working out what's going on, and it is not right.
If you know anything, it is best to speak, because I do not want to put it from your lips.
The only person who can answer this is Klaus, perhaps, or otherwise.
For the
Yes.
church.
My friend the arsonist is going to talk to the priest now. He just I'm just gonna leave him like that and just wander off
Yeah.
towards the church, I guess.
Yeah. And Gav, you can walk across the way and you can find Klaus the priest, similarly, kind of with a bottle in his hand, looking at it,
Yeah.
looking it over.
As I approach, I'll have the bottle held out so he knows like I'm coming with the same problem. My
Yeah.
friends tell me this is in the scriptures.
It
I'm not
is.
so familiar with them. What are the
You,
passages around before and after these? What else do we have to look forward to?
it is the second psalm. Uh, and glass shall be second psalm, the fifth line, but the
What
others
does
have
it mean?
not. And this is the trembling and the shaking of the world. It is inevitable events demanding their place and signaling.
The
So
end
you,
of days.
You said the name yesterday. It is him, the basilisk, that brings these prophecies to man, and
So we should expect earthquakes next.
let me think. The third psalm has many possibilities. They may be that the soil will grow warm and those who rest will be made to walk, or else the heart of
Whoa,
in the
whoa,
heart
whoa. What? Those that rest in
uh
the
this
soil?
this is
Zombies!
and he stands and his hands come to the side of his head and his eyes are closed, and then he walks over to, you'll see on the altar there are two books. One of them you'll recognize as being a pretty standard Bible, and the other one as being a similar thing but clad in black leather. Bound in black leather, and he lifts it, and it has, rather than a crucifix, it has a skull with a snake at its base embossed upon it. And he flicks briefly. The second psalm is, as at the beginning, so at the end, all manner of fly and wasp shall fill the air, and the ground pale with maggots, and from the spears of frost, born from berg and crypt and covering all. And in 10 days and one the writings of sorcerers will be made pale as air, and glass shall become quartz. And he holds his hand out towards the bottle and towards what you've got there. And she shall see him grow stronger, and she reveals herself, and all shall be slain.
Who is
And
this
then
she?
she is Lucy, or perhaps she is the truth that the basilisks, you are unfamiliar with their ways. There are two. There is she who came first, Lucy, and Ark, denial and deception, perhaps who actually wrought the truths. Some many say that she is the originator of the events that are prophesized, and then him who is Verhu, knower of the truth, and Gorg, who is bitter and rank with envy. Verhu is who delivers the prophecy to, in the black gospel, in the nameless gospel. It was Verhu who spoke to Father Schlegel, but
All these names mean nothing to me. Are you worried about this? Holding up the bottle.
yes, firmly.
And has anyone come about the bodies?
I spoke to the others in Venti, but no, it has been a matter of hours. You arrive in the afternoon. People will not travel at night here.
That is exactly what I said to my friends.
But
I'm smart. We will be in the inn, father. Oh, brother.
But
But what?
yes, I am gravely concerned. If there is, if Annalisa is not with her husband, Baron here, then perhaps she has gone home.
I told you, she was the one that ran away. We shall seek her. The
And he
house
nods.
second from the end.
No, Annalisa and Baron live in the forest further up.
Oh. But what of... Who cares if we find Annalise? What will it matter if earthquakes and plagues and wasps and maggots and... How will this help?
Is if they are acting in Verhu's name, they may be what is calling this and causing it.
Hmm.
Sounds like just the thing women get up to. We shall find this Annalise.
And he'll explain to you roughly how to get to the house, and he's giving you directions that involve things like looking for a particular rock and a particular path. You did pass, as I said, you passed houses in the forest when you were coming down from Grovedrift, and so you think you could find it pretty easily there.
Right.
But it's
Well,
it's a house with a cut of rock behind it, and yeah, if you get up into the tree line, it'll be the second, and you can find it pretty unequivocally. You think with the way it's marked.
All right. Well, I'll head back over to the inn.
Yeah.
Explain what Brother Klaus told me, and suggest to us all that we must find this Annalise. He says she might be calling this Virgo Q for I don't know, this monster.
Virginia. Let's go find this witch bitch. I agree.
Well,
Go hunt a woman.
we
Yeah.
leave our cart, we take our horse.
Yes.
Gather your weapons and your mushrooms. We ride now. Or maybe we ride after breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Breakfast,
Yeah,
breakfast
'cause-
beer.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
As-
sure,
should
but,
burn these bodies before they rise.
They're not in the earth, they're on the earth. I already told of this. Philborn, we are safe from them. It is the graveyards in town. Oh, they burn their bodies. We are safe. There's no bodies in the earth.
Oh,
We should
That
be
we
good.
know of.
well, that's good. Around here, anyway.
Yes. But keep a ear out for earthquake.
I'm sure
Scoff a
we'll
bit of
feel it.
food and have a pint of beer and on our way.
Yep.
Yeah,
Really?
there's no bread today, but you can have oats. You can have remainders of yesterday's stew.
We got a bit of stuff with us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, you can eat and you can saddle up, and it'll take you an hour and a bit at a steady ride, especially if you're not stopping by the empty house or the wailing mother's house.
No need.
Wave if she's outside as we go past.
Wave with a hand you take it from the body.
Roll me a d2 if it's even, then roll me any die, and if it's even, then she is.
Oh,
No.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, she doesn't see you. She's the laundry is in, but the fire is still lit there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but you're able to find your way up to where you think that the house of Baron and Annalisa should be, the way that it's marked with a small cairn on the side of the path that would lead you down a little on the side of the road that would lead you down a narrower bit of path towards their house. I am going to take a piss really quickly before I come back to the rest of y'all.
This is unacceptable from a dungeon master.
no piss
Shut up
allowed.
this bucket.
I need to get some water.
I've got some water right here for you.
Do you?
Is it golden?
It's like honey.
I have returned.
Oh,
Yes.
you're able to, you take a moment riding down the path towards the house, and the house itself that you can see here is, wooden timber, with a kind of pen area outside. With you can see a very fat, very pregnant-looking sow, and a few more pigs, kind of, pale and speckled pigs out the side of it, and a horse, a familiar-looking horse to you, Gav, untied, pacing around outside the front of the house.
I look at the lads and kind of do hand signals for I recognize that horse, which involves me tapping on my temple and then eyeball kind of, I don't know. They mightn't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're not the only one with a headache.
I'm going to shout out, Baron, are you in there? And I'll dismount with my shield in one hand and Warhammer in the other.
Baron, is dead. If you're
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But
fine.
Baron was also up here to help deliver the pig.
Oh, yes. So who am I thinking of? Yeah, Baron. Yeah.
And maybe Annalise won't be as scared if I'm looking for Baron and not her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is my logic.
Yeah.
But it may not come true. Either way, she's going to react.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be walking towards the front door.
So I'll get you all to make presence tests. I don't think this is going to be very difficult to notice a few things, and then
Will be for me. 5.
Oh, 21?
11.
20.
21, not 20. I
Yeah,
see
cool.
everything.
Yeah, those of you with the 20s will notice a couple of things. One is, again, the chimney's not smoking. The door isn't open, but as well as the house, the horse being untethered, the gate to the pigsty is open. The mud is quite churned up, but in a fairly straight line. You've rolled very well, both of you guys. So I'm going to give you a lot of information. Like somebody has run through the pigsty recently, and the gate on the far side of it is also open.
We
I'll
follow
go up and hammer the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gav, you won't have noticed that, so you're going to go up and hammer on the door.
I'm going to investigate the tracks. While
Yeah.
he
I'm
does
going to
that.
kind of catch Gex's eye and go with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll work.
We've seen it.
I'll walk over to with Gav and just skulk around.
And the tracks in the mud go around the house. And
sorry,
you
Jed,
can-
when you're saying houses, you're talking like 2-bedroom.
yes, yeah,
Or
they
sorry,
are
2-room domiciles. Like,
It is a shack. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The only person who's got anything like an upstairs, the priest had something a bit like an upstairs, but not really any stairs. The inn you stayed in Grovedrift had an upstairs, and then the mayor of Grovedrift had an upstairs because he's the fucking mayor of Grovedrift.
Yeah, but nothing else.
Because
yeah, cool.
he owns it. He owns a jewel mine. But the tracks that you are able to follow, Gex and Sam, go around the house. And as I say, this is a kind of churning up of the mud. There are footprints that look quite fresh in them, in amongst the pigs and things like that. The back gate of the pigsty is also open. Why the pigs haven't left yet, you can't tell, other than they've got plenty of food.
Must be recent.
And at least one of them is really waddling.
Yeah.
Yeah, pigs.
And then where the mud has been kind of kicked off boots and squelched down, you can very easily find footprints in the dirt that then lead to a path. And this is a less established path, but it's still an area of flatter ground, of thinner grass with no real overgrowth, leading from the back of the house away from it into a kind of cut in the land that water might flow down, for example, in wetter seasons, and it leads away into the woods, deeper and further away from the road, but in a general kind of downhill way.
Mm.
You
Door's
can
open
again.
in
You
this
can.
red. I'm gonna.
Yeah, the door doesn't lock, so you can open it. Yeah.
I'll go in, poke around, shout. If there's nothing there, I'll come back out. I'm not here to loot or anything. I'm just looking for her.
There's no one there.
Right, she's not here, lads.
We've found some tracks. Looks like somebody ran through the pigsty. Pig pen.
I'll run around the other side of the house and get to where they are.
Hello there.
Doctor.
Let's follow the tracks, see where it leads.
So, what you have here is a path, and it doesn't look, as I say, it doesn't look maintained so much as a path that has been worn in by repeated following. It's a path that a badger is as likely to follow as a person. But those things, there's no reason why you wouldn't, and it feels like it passes easily through the land and gently, not too steeply, not too difficultly. You drop down in a different direction to what you've been walking, and the rich light of the day, it doesn't spill in direct shafts of beam like it had done the day before, but the forest here has a density and a greenness that you are struck by, and you feel very much as though you're in the mountainous forest. It's bloody gorgeous. This is a healthy forest. This is Gav, I will mention to you, because you went into the house and you may have thought to check, the glass here is also quartz.
Okay.
I will mention that to you in retrospect, but the rest of you are all of you.
Well, I'm
are able to
assuming
follow
it's kind of worldwide. If global, But
yeah,
yes,
or at least, yeah,
okay, I get you.
yeah. In case you had been wondering about that, or because you may have thought to check.
Yeah, just even seeing the light in the reflection of the windows or whatever. Yeah.
Sorry, one sec. But the mud from the boots of whoever had gone through the pigsty most recently casts along the side of the path, catches against the odd leaf, the odd shrub. Definitely marks the sign that somebody has come through here not too long ago.
Go.
And you are being led, you realize, around the hill rather than especially up it or down it. But the shape of the land is also leading you into a cut where it may be flatter for a little while than it should be or than you would expect. And by following the path, you realize that you now have uphill on both sides of you. You are in a way that is not quite a gully because, again, it's quite flat, but this is the way that water might flow or have flowed down the hillside. And then ahead of you, the bare rock is visible amongst the trees. And then you turn a corner and you realize that this is quite a crag, this is quite an outcrop. The sort of thing that if the wrong person found out about it or the right person, it might be richly quarried. And this path might become much better established and eventually tracked and maintained as a road. And Annalisa and her husband could end up very wealthy indeed if this were to become a quarry in their backyard. But it hasn't. And actually what you have here is, it appears, a cave. A dark cave.
Ooh.
Which is let open. And the entrance, the opening of the cave, the top of it is rounded and cragged and uneven, but the base seems, to your eyes from the outside, quite flat, quite almost cut and placed like a hearth or a step, or the path at the entrance of the mine just before.
Get ready, men. There could be some mischief going on in here.
Do we have any torches?
I have
don't.
I have a lantern and oil.
Well, hold it high. I'll go in first.
Very well. I'll fill my lantern with my lantern oil and
I
strike it
have
with
got a torch.
strike it with the fire steel, and I'll share my fire steel with Sam so he can light his torch.
Yeah.
I'll raise my shield.
I'll
What's my warhammer?
I'll go last. I'll bring it out of the rear. Push Vic in front of me
Very well.
so that he doesn't get one shot in the back.
Are you going to the front, Gav?
Yeah.
I'll just go up there with you. Look at my shield. I have a shield. I do have a shield.
If you're holding your lantern and weapon, and it might be.
Oh, well,
difficult.
can I hang the lantern?
Do I have 3 arms?
Hang the lantern off the shield? No, I don't know. Alright, fuck the shield. I'll just hold the lantern, and then anything happens, I'll put it down and get my shield out. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's why I was gonna go in first.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll raise the shield, and as soon as I feel the warmth of the lantern light over my shoulder, I'll gonna crouch down into a fighting stance, and I'll slowly pace into the darkness.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the daylight is creeping in behind you. The angle of the cave mouth catches a little bit of the morning sun quite well, so that once you get close, you realize that going in there, and the chamber below you is quite well lit. It may also have caught the rising moon had you been here some hours before or some nights before, but that's by the by. The first thing it illuminates as you come up are clearly steps. They are cut stone, they are set, they are even, they are spaced so that a person may walk behind it. And then down below you are tables decked and festooned with food and drink in silver goblets and jugs, or metal at least, that you can see. And a kind of pool of water. or what may have been a pool of water once, but you can't see if it's full of water from here below you. Who's going first?
I am.
You're going to go first. Yeah. So you can make your way down the steps. You notice at the edge of the first bit of daylight, and your lantern or your torch is not quite reaching them yet. A man kind of skulking. And he just kind of stood in a fairly timid pose, I suppose would be a way to read it. At the edge of the daylight, just in the shadow. So you can
How
kind of
far
make
beneath me are they?
So you're going to go down steps. The steps are going to go down probably, 3 or 4 meters downwards, and then the room itself is fairly big. This is a hall in which people might kind of come together to eat. There are 4 tables that will probably sit 4 people each. Positioned around this what you can now see is almost like a dried up pool. It has a stone rim, and then is itself kind of lined with flat stones that would catch water and hold water. And kind of it's like cracked mosaic almost.
All right. I'm going to
Let's
do my
make
best to sneak down quietly.
Yeah, sure. Give me that's an agility test to sneak down quietly. Are you wearing any kind of armor?
I'm wearing fur armor.
Yeah, fine,
The
okay.
quietest of armor. I roll
Yeah.
a 4.
Okay. So you step on the stone steps, and there's gravel on the stone steps, and it crackles.
Uh-oh.
Well, as soon as that happens, I will accelerate my downward descent into to move towards this man.
Yeah, absolutely. And he turns and looks towards you and kind of broadens his shoulders and runs directly at you as well.
What I'm going to do is step back a couple of paces to allow him to hit me or attack me, but then my allies, hopefully, will come down behind him.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So if he's coming from one side, I'll step back from the entrance to the stairway a couple of paces the other direction, and I'll go on the defensive.
That's what you're going to hope to do. Okay, yeah, no sweat. In which case, I will get you, Gav, to roll me a d6 that will serve as an initiative roll.
1.
A 1. So he's going to be he's. You've moved quite quickly down the stairs, and it's like as you're at the bottom of as you're reaching the bottom of the stairs, he's passed this table faster than you could have expected him to have done.
Okay.
You realize as he's coming closer and closer, this guy is naked and fucking filthy.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Shields up.
I'll take some opportunity to put my lantern on the ground and retrieve my shield.
I would say that there is a look in his eye, but what really catches your eye are his bared and snarling teeth, and the kind of, again, to call it a hammer is kind of a misnomer. It's a big bit of wood with a big bit of iron on the end, like bolted to the end of it in his hand. Yeah, cudgel is maybe the right word. But he's running at you, and I'm going to get you to make a defense test.
So, what, strength?
A defense test is an agility test.
Okay, 14.
14 is fine, so you are able to take that step out of the way because this is what you were planning. But he's run at you incredibly quickly.
Can we see if there's any other people in the place? Is it just this one dude?
Give me a presence test, Vic.
Be right back. Got to take a leak.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
13.
13 for a presence test. You can't see anybody else. You can see signs of there having been other people around. but this is the only person that you can see here. This is you're confident, not Annalisa, from the descriptions that you've had.
And then can I try and cast sleep on the dude? Which
Um,
is Metsuko blind the eye, I think it is. No,
it
eyelids blind the mind.
it is. He's gonna get another attack in here first quickly. There. So who's closest to Gav? Who was going
Me.
next? I think Gex was.
Yeah.
Gex, I'm gonna get you to make a defense roll as well.
Very well.
Watch out, he might have rabies.
He may well have rabies.
Oof, that's like a 7. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to bring this down. So he swung at Vruk and missed, and so he's going to round at you, and he's going to swing with his kind of mace thing, and he's going to do a d6 of damage. So I'll get you to roll a d6, or I'll roll the d6.
Yeah, you
like.
roll it. Yeah.
Okay. And then you can roll your armor if you'd like.
Yeah. Can't remember that. Where is it?
So that's 4 points.
Minus a d6 for my plate
Okay.
armor, and I did get my shield out as mentioned.
Yeah.
So 3 and 1. So minimum is 1, right?
Yeah, so you'll take a point of damage.
I assume we would have healed, so
Yeah, you're okay. You were at full health.
I have 5 of 6 on my sheet, so I'll just leave it there.
I'll
wait, no,
keep
I
it-
have
yeah.
11. I have 11 HP now. I need to change it on
Yeah.
the in-game.
Yeah,
Okay, so I have
it
10.
went up.
I have
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. So the weight of it, you catch the weight of it on your shield, but the force of the impact kind of bleeds through and is going to fatigue your arm a little bit.
Oh,
Doesn't hurt
bastard.
too much, but a little bit. Okay.
Mm.
So Vic, you said you had something else that you'd like to do, and you've been able to watch this berserk figure run
So,
up at your friends. So
I want to try and cast eyelids blind the mind. which-
roll me, yeah.
Which is 1d4 creatures fall asleep for 1 hour unless successfully. So the other thing has to do DR14 test.
So yes, so you make me a presence test first, please.
That one mine was.
Just use anything.
No.
That's a 2.
I
Okay,
want to use my omen and re-roll it.
you can use an omen and re-roll it. I didn't give you all omens to roll, did I, today?
We've still got our last roll.
Oh man, you are a terrible spellcaster, bro.
Okay.
Unlucky, mate. Unlucky with the rolls.
Give me a minute, Vic. I'm going to give you some damage. You take out your scroll, and you are fumbling in the dark, and you're excited about this, and you read the name of the scroll, and like a what should be an F comes out a bit more like an S, and you strum it a little bit, and Sam, you're so Sam, you're stood next to Felborn, huh?
Behind him, yeah.
You stood behind him, so you've seen him do this before. You've seen him get this up, and and it's like the adrenaline has taken over his tongue a little bit, and here he is going to. His knees are going to tremble, and he's going to fall backwards towards you. You can try and catch him if you'd like.
I'm going to sidestep.
You're going to sidestep and let Felborn. Vic, you're going to fall back, and just you're on the ground. I'm afraid.
So cast sleep on himself.
That may be what he's done. I think he's kind of knocked himself out by doing this. Definitely.
A sigh under my breath.
Gav, being as you successfully dodged the berserker's attack, I'll let you make your next move. Make the next move.
I will smack him down with the warhammer.
Yeah.
What I want to do is actually have my shield high.
Yeah.
And kind of, like I said, I was kind of crouched in a combat stance, and I want to
Yeah.
swing low, hiding my attack underneath my shield, and thwack one of his fucking knees to the left or right with the warhammer.
Go for it. Make me a strength test.
Oh, 5.
Oofed.
Five
Missed.
for the test. Yeah, you're not gonna. Yeah, he's moving really fast. This guy.
That's fine. That's fine.
Gex, I'll let you get a counter attack.
I'll have a go at this bastard. Do I add to this?
Strengths.
Yeah.
If it's a melee attack.
Yeah. That's a 13. Yeah,
That's
13.
gonna hit. Yep.
Nice.
Because he's now dodging Gav's attack and he's got his back to you.
Okay, I'll be using my battle axe, obviously, which is D8.
Go for it.
Short swords only for polite company. Fucking hell, 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're able to, you get a good scratch across his
lovely.
back, across his shoulders. So that's fine.
Yeah, he's unlucky. For fuck's sake.
I can't believe you.
It's fine.
knocked yourself
And
out again.
then
A 2 and a 3.
Sam, it's your turn.
I'm gonna pull my cloak off my back
Yep.
into my hands, hold it wide, and try and grapple it over this guy's head.
Try and
Ooh.
grapple
Okay.
it over the. Yeah. Okay. In which case, do you think that will be strength or agility to try and do that? I think it's going to be strength, isn't it?
I think it's probably strength because I'm gonna try
Yeah.
and just wrap it around his head.
Well,
Yeah.
could,
Take
Go
some
for
air
it.
out his lungs.
could be agile if you do like a bullfire.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
But I think this is a strength test because he's not. Yeah.
Use
Yeah.
my
he's-
smaller mouse. 'Cause I've got shit mouse.
Yeah, get off mine.
20.
Woo!
Yeah. So yeah, you can get the cloak over him.
Yep. I
And
can't- Kind of just want to like wrap it around his head and grab it tight from the other side and try and pull him down.
yeah. So you can get a really good grapple on him like that. Let's see what he wants to do here. He's going to try and pull against you. This is going to be basically what he's going to do is you're holding on to him, and he's going to rush with you on him and try and push you against a wall to slam you into it. So I'll get you to make this one will be an agility test.
Is it?
To try and not be kind of pushed off balance like this.
Oh, sorry. So I'm confused. Is he running with me behind him?
He's
holding the
running
thing?
with you. So you're holding on to him
Yes.
and he's running.
Defensive rolls are agility. aren't they?
This is a defensive roll.
It's
yeah,
not like a
absolutely, yeah.
counter grapple or something.
It's not. He's not trying to grapple you. He's trying to smack you into
14.
the ground. 14. So yeah. So you can basically see where he's coming, and get your feet against the ground and stop yourself from being smashed into a wall.
Okay.
With that, and he is going to be held in place like that. I'll get you to make one more because he's going to try and headbutt you from under the cloak as well. Again, this will be quite a low DR. So if you roll higher than an 8, you're not going to get headbutted.
No, because he can't see me, can he?
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, great. And I'll start that then with your turn, Sam. Are you going to do anything? I'll let you maintain the grapple for free. If you want to do anything else, it's going to be a fairly difficult roll.
Wind him with a knee to the chest.
You're going to try and do that as well?
Yep.
Make a strength test.
4. I'm going to use an omen. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Did we get omens back? I forgot.
Yeah, let's start you all with full
18.
omens. What we
We rolled on it last
Okay.
session
No.
and
Yeah.
I got 2.
Oh, I've got 0 written on my character sheet. I can't remember changing it.
I've got
I
one.
must not have, because I would have changed it. So,
Yeah.
no worries.
Roll me a D4, Gav.
That's an omen used.
3.
There, you've got 3 omens.
Sorry, I can't read my fucking thing without my glasses on.
That's okay.
1. There we go. Yeah, so that was 18, Jed.
Yeah, cool. So that's an 18 to try and knee him. Yeah, so that brings that up. I will give you a D4 of damage for that.
I'm going to knock the fight out of this guy. 3.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's fine. So you feel your knee come up and find ribs. With that, let's go to Vic. You are out of the fight for the time being. At least you're kind of dizzied and
Yep.
on the floor outside the cave. I'm afraid.
Did we get any
Recuperating.
healing stuff?
You did find some stuff. I'm not going to kill Vic for this.
No, I mean, did we
I'm-
find some
stuff.
healing stuff to like wake him up? I can't remember if we did.
I've got some healing shit on me.
Yeah.
Ah,
What I'll rule is that every time Vic does this, just by virtue of one of his own spells, he's not going to die. He's just going to be knocked down for the encounter, and kind of dizzied for a while.
play it off the spell, and that.
Yeah, that's it. So let's go to Gav's turn. So Gav, you've this kind of this berserk man is currently wrapped up in Sam's cloak, and they're fighting over near the walls. You'll have to move a little bit to catch up with them, but
Okay, yeah, well, I'll move and I'll do a big overhand strike and try and crack him across the head with my warhammer.
yeah, cool. Okay, give me a strength test.
I might omen this if I suck. I don't know if I will. 10?
10. Let's say he's wrapped up. Let's say a 10 will hit. Yeah, why not?
Cool. Warhammer's D8?
I think so, yes.
I never wrote it down.
Yeah.
Kill this fucker.
8.
Oh,
It's gonna fuck him up.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I'm gonna borrow your D8.
No. You get your own. Make it big.
That's probably a better idea.
Yeah, that's fine. And so that comes down upon his head. That hits pretty hard.
Bang, bang, Maxwell Silverhammer.
And Gex, I'll give you your turn.
I will clobber him again with the Warhammer. No, I don't have that. I have a battle axe. Oh, yeah, 14. 15.
14, yeah, you can hit him. Yeah, 15, yeah, you can hit.
D8 for this motherfucker. It's a 4.
Well, okay, so yeah, and again, this will come down to him, and this one's a hard hit. This, the axe here. Where are you aiming for on him?
Legs.
Legs, yeah, you get a good gouge into the upper thigh,
Lovely.
where it's not covered in cloak. And there's a kind of howl of pain that's slightly muffled by the cloak. With that. With that done, Sam, he's going to try and break your grasp. He's pretty bloody strong in this case. He's trying to break out this. Give me a strength test, but I'm going to set you a DR of 15 for your strength test to try and hold on to him.
20.
20's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
There's a bit of a shit roll that caught the edge of the table, but
Yeah, it's fine. I saw you do it, and it rolled, so that's fine. He's strong in your arms, but you're able to hold on to him. You know what's going on here. And so you can make that agility test against getting kind of head kicked this time, I think, if he's kicking out. But again, a 10 or better, and you'll
21.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you can see exactly what he's trying to do, and it's a bit like
Bad rolls when I need them.
Yeah, he can't kick you. This absolute nutcase. So Sam, I'll go over to you.
Take his legs out and then so kind of try and trip him and pull him down at the same time.
Yeah, cool. I'll let you do
almost
that.
as if I'm going to end up on the floor with him because I'm going to kind of use my shoulder, the cloak over my shoulder, and go down.
Yeah. Make the strength test. What this will do, this probably won't do damage, but it'll mean basically whoever rolls against him, they'll have to beat, I don't know, an 8 to hit him. After this.
6.
Security.
6. He's all right on his feet, even with the gouge on his legs. You can't, as much as he can't get you off balance, you're not able to get him either. He's really struggling in your arms. And so to actually get that position while trying not to get kicked, while trying to keep yourself from getting bashed into the wall and your grasp broken is a bit more difficult. Regardless, Gav, I'll let you make an attack now if you'd like.
All right, I'm just basically gonna push up against him with the shield to try and
Yep.
kind of fumble his arms and while swinging into his legs.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Break up really close and just bash him in the shins or something. Yeah, that'll hit.
16. And D8. 3.
3 points. I'm gonna roll something just here. Yeah, that'll do it. And so you're able. Your warhammer comes up and goes clean into a kneecap. And it's the same knee that Gex has already cut a chunk out of the leg, and so the upper leg is weakened. The tendons there are weakened. On the kneecap, just buckles backwards. It pops, and you're familiar with this feeling. You're familiar with the sound that it makes, but the roaring of pain and the change in this thing of a man's demeanor as you do this, as pain overcomes him. It's something that you'll enjoy every time it happens. Maybe. There's nothing like testing the mettle of a man's true berserkness, of his fighting spirit, like having his sturdiest joint bent backwards. And true to form, yeah, he wails and wails, and Sam, you feel what were struggling, kind of flexing arms inside you dart downwards to grab at the leg, and the leg that is not gone still just buckles, and he collapses to the ground in your arms. You can try and hold him up if you'd like.
Nah.
No, yeah, you feel him drop inside your cloak still.
Yeah.
But this figure is reduced to howling and aching, and nothing more. I'm gonna grab a pen and I'm gonna draw.
Put another hammer into him to put him down.
Yeah, and that's fine, and that's easy to do. You're able to catch the side of the skull, and the wailing stops.
Beautiful.
So we are
Who was
the
that?
cave
Now?
entrance.
And call for to get a defensive stance amongst the 4 tables. Make sure we're not being like there's
Yep.
doors or corridors that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and rescue fucking lightweight at the back.
The time you're able to go and pick up Felborn and pick him up
Bring
to his
him back
feet.
towards everyone.
Vic, you feel dizzy. You're not really sure what went wrong that time, but it was almost like the word swirled on the page as you looked at it. You're used to this feeling of dizziness, but it's never pleasant. Except when it is, and that's only at a time when you don't need to be responsible. You know from experience this is going to stay with you a little while. We've got the stone pool, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tables. Like I say, you could probably fit four people at each of these, and then our man here splattered.
Beautiful.
Give me presence tests, everybody now.
Very well. I got 15 again.
How can a
Nine.
fucking D20 even land that way? I guess that's a 1, but
You can roll that again if you want, Gav.
fucking browser. It looks
Yeah, it's
fucking
not
random.
said in
Oh, 20. That's just as fucking random. I'll roll it again because
anything
it
as
just.
You should
Very impressive.
flick
Yeah.
the dice.
Yeah.
instead.
Okay. Fuck it. I fail.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Fucking one.
Okay. Gex, you got a 15?
Yes.
Sam, what did you get there?
9.
9. Okay, so Ovarg will notice most of this, but everyone else will kind of get a sense of what
I
the
will
room's like. As I've said, this table.
Relay the
The,
information.
the tables here are kind of, as I've said, they're still decked out. They've got the remains of a meal, not so much a feast like where you were before, but they've got the remains of a meal. They've got liquids and things out there, but things aren't looking super fresh like they were cooked just that day. Just today, there is a doorway here. There is an empty kind of fireplace here. It's not lit, but a hearth regardless. And then there are steps up and steps down.
Painting a beautiful picture.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. Any questions about things that you can see here in the room?
What's on the tables?
On the tables,
Just
you
grub.
will find there is food and drink. There is some fruit, apples,
Ooh,
and
I'll
the
take
like.
some
There's
apples
cooked meat. Yeah.
and some cooked meat.
Some of it is eaten, so it's leftovers. There's leftovers on plates and things like that, and crumbs of things. And then there are things that are still in tureens and serving dishes and bowls. And there is you can smell it, and there is mead, but also quite fresh smelling water. It's got that kind of slight dustiness of having been sat for a day or two, but beyond that, actually smells quite clean and nice.
Lovely.
Does the meal look like it's been left in the middle of it, like abruptly?
No. No, it looks, cutlery is laid, together rather than
How many
scattered.
places are there? How many places is that, Joe?
Give me a presence test, Sam.
I see where he's going with this.
Yeah.
16. We killed 12. There's 4.
14.
Yes, 16 is right.
That's 14, yeah.
Well, 16. So there's 4 tables that will sit 4
Oh,
each,
sorry.
and they've been set out, so there were 16 total. You can kind of work out from this.
So, well, we killed 13 now.
No, 12. One got away.
Yeah, but we killed. Oh, yeah. Good call.
Yep.
One got away. and I
Maybe
killed
this
one
guy
more.
is the one that got it. Wait, no. Was this guy a big guy?
No.
He's not super duper muscular, but like,
If for example, what the fuck's your name? If Vrak was to have a look at him, would he look like the person that got away? Is this the one that got away?
No.
Okay.
I say arrogantly. Whether I'm right or wrong.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Any markings on this guy's body?
Let's not waste time. They would have heard us.
Yeah,
He's been in a fight and things. He's been in
I'm
a
going
fight.
to take the stairs down.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
go
stairs down.
sit down and help
Ooh.
myself to some drink and just
Yeah.
I'll
recuperate a second.
I'll go down the stairs with Gab, but I'll grab a couple apples on the way.
Yeah, fine.
Don't
Okay.
forget
Yep.
your lantern, Urvak.
Oh yeah, I'll go back and pick that
Yeah.
up. Good idea.
Is there any
put my cloak
braziers
away.
and stuff in the fucking place as well, like lanterns and lamps or
There-
anything like that?
There is a large fireplace here at the end of it, like a hearth that would between
Light the place up. Yeah.
that would light the place up quite well. You will be glad of your lantern, as down the stairs there is very little light, and you can see the shadow kind of starting to peel and melt away from you as you descend the stairs like this. Let me draw in what is in here. And it is cold down here. The air has a kind of cold stillness that you're not used to in the same sort of way. Let me draw in what we wanted here.
Engineering.
Can you narrow?
Exactly. So the stairs go to different rooms then?
So this is down and this is up.
Up, sorry. I missed that.
Yeah.
One of you
it's fine.
guys light the fucking fire before you crack on and or up.
I will light the fire.
And then I'm gonna fucking sit there for a minute and recuperate and drink
Fair.
water, not
Yeah,
fucking.
that's fine. Yeah.
I'll give him a pat on the back.
If you're gonna sit and wait there, Vic, give me.
I'm only gonna wait. I only want to wait there for like half an hour or so, and then I'd go off looking for the lads. It's just
Yeah.
while he's recuperating.
Give me the D20, and you can add your toughness to this.
13, and my toughness is 0, I think.
Your toughness is 0. Okay.
No, 1.
Your
No,
toughness is 1, so it's going to take you 10 minutes, really, before in 10 minutes you'll be feeling all right. If you want to go on before that, you're going to feel fairly dizzy, and you think the dizziness that comes with, you're certainly not going to feel right to cast more spells in that time. That's fine. Now, Gex, I said to you about retreating down the stairs and the darkness kind of peeling away from you. Now, the shadow here, your light doesn't throw as far as you would expect it to.
Well, that's odd.
And so even as you're coming down the steps, around the edges, there is a pillar here and here. And you can even see there are pillars here and here and here and here. And so that's the way down it. But there are areas that are shadowy between those pillars that are not lifting, even with your lantern here.
Huh.
You will also see shadows coming down, which I'm not going to draw in the same way, because the corridor at the end here heads around a corner. There is a lamplight you would ascertain from around here, and the reason you would ascertain that is because there are 2 people stood here and here, and they cast long shadows down into this room. Can I get you to put yourselves on the board on the map?
Yes, I'll be. I don't know. Where are we?
You're coming down
I'm
the stairs.
Orvog. There we go.
Yeah.
There's an Orvog thing. Why are these snapping? These squares.
I've got them snapped to grid. I will turn that off.
No, leave it on.
It's
working.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
It'll work.
Yeah.
He's cat knocking around in it.
If you've got Scroat with you, Gex, you can put him on the board as well.
Forgot about Scroat.
Yeah, I forgot about Scroat, but
same.
just assume
there
he's
is.
around.
He is at my ankles.
Yeah, he's at your ankles there. That's fine and good.
I already had a token. Oh, whatever.
You can have a new one if you want, Rolf. That's fine and great. These fellas at the end here are going to rush you.
Fine by me.
So again, I will get Gav. If you're going first, I'll get you to roll the d6 for initiative.
Come on, laddies. I love yous.
So if it's
Four at this time.
you can go first at this point, and so you can see them coming. You've been able to see them silhouetted from down at the other end of the hallway, and you can tell what they're going to do. They
Sweet.
are wearing these same black and silver robes that you used to. They're not naked like the last man you killed.
Is one coming before the other?
Let's say this one's running, and then this one is a little bit behind them. You can tell that they're going to run, but I'll let you basically choose at what point you act.
Okay, well, what I want to do is charge them, but with my shield really low. And as I meet them, duck into the ground, flip one up over my head, using my shield as leverage. So they land between me and my mates.
Yep.
And then I'll stand to attack the next one next turn.
Do you want to position yourself so that you meet them?
I do, and I want to essentially, if at all possible,
that's you want to aim for.
That's my preference.
Give
Whether
me,
that happens or not, we will find out.
Give me a test. I'll make this a strength test because it's an attack.
Oh yeah, I'm going to use an omen.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Use the omen, yeah.
Just as unlucky as me
God,
today,
I can't use a fucking another omen, can I? No.
No. So
I think it's only one omen per test. So yeah, I basically
slam up
bash
against
into
this
one.
guy. Let's swap him around there like that. You slam up against this guy then, and he's going to rush up at you. That's not a fail, so he's not going to get, not a crit fail anyway, so he's not going to get an attack on you. But let's go for Gex's turn next. Sam, I'm going to put you just behind Vrak there on the steps. Let's go for Urvarg next.
Well, I'll place the lantern on the ground, and I will draw my shield. I'll form up with Gav. Is it move or attack? I forget.
I will let you make an attack if you're just moving a couple of squares.
Let me make a small move, and I will. I'll strike the first guy.
Yeah. Again, give me a strength test.
15 should be good, right?
15 will hit. Yeah.
Right. These nuts. D8. 1. I seriously need a new D8.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 1 for him.
Okay. Then Sam, your turn.
So the flip didn't happen, right?
The flip didn't happen.
No. So what? Sorry, what are these liney bits on the side?
They are areas of shadow that Gex's lantern has not penetrated.
Roger that.
And then there are pillars, which are the round bits.
Guess I'm just gonna kind of. Does my torch penetrate this?
As you go into it, so if you're able to go into there, give me a toughness test.
Ooh.
Oh.
Uh, 14.
Okay, so you step into this dark area and you don't see your torch go out. The flickering flame of the torch stays lit, but it does not penetrate the darkness at all. It is as though there is nothing there for it to catch. And it's cold. It's really fucking cold, and it's like you're suddenly breathing Arctic air, winter's air that is sharp against your nose and down your throat. But you're all right with the 14.
Okay, then I think I'll go back there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably enough, isn't it? I've walked in there, gone, oh my shit, and then walked back.
Yes, I think that's going to be the thing. Vic, are you going to do anything, or are you going to stay there and eat a snack?
I'm going to shout to them. Actually, no, I'm not going to shout because there could still be people up the other top. I'm just going to sit there and just recuperate for this turn.
Okay, Sam.
Then that should be the 10 minutes over after that, shouldn't I? Surely.
Just say to the guys, stay inside the pillars.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Gav, I'll get you to make a defense roll.
Okay. Agility, yeah.
Yep.
15.
15 is okay. This person draws a dagger, brings it at you, but you've definitely had your shield up, and they can't get you. There's one thing, if nothing else, you've had your shield up and you're defending quite well. This guy is going to step up past you, and he's going to slash at you, Gex. So I'll get you to make a defense roll.
Fine by me. 17.
Yeah, also good. Yeah, fine. You're able to see him coming, and so that's great and fine. And we'll leave that for that turn. And Gav, I'll start with you again first.
Also, sick him.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll bring Scroat in the next turn,
Sure.
or in this turn after yours. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So, Gav.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna shield kind of bash him back.
Yeah,
the guy
fine.
in front of me.
Yep.
There's a solid 14.
14 is good. So I'll give you a D4, and I'll move him back a square.
Okay, that's a silly sized D4. Let me just roll it properly. 3.
3 points of damage. Yeah, and that's the same person that you'd already hit. So you bash him backwards, and he
Can I
falls
move
back.
with him?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'll say you can move with him, but this guy's going to have an easier time attacking you because
That's
it's going
fine.
to potentially leave you exposed there. So that's fine. But this person, yeah, you bash them and they are knocked to the ground. And he's not having a great time being bashed to the ground there. I will give Gex you your turn.
Sure. I will. Yeah, I'll do the same. Well, no, I'll just fucking hack at the guy. Like, come at
Yep.
me, bro.
With axe.
With the battle axe. That is +1 to 11.
11's not going to hit him because he's in more of a defensive mood now.
Oh,
He's come up and engaged you.
Cheeky
So it's
bitch.
DR12 to hit him for the time being. Yep.
Sick him.
Let's go with Scroat. Yeah, sure. Where's Scroat going to go? Scroat's going to fit in this gap.
He's going to sick whatever he wants.
Yeah. So Scroat can come in between your legs and try and fight the guy that you're fighting. He wants
Sure.
to protect you.
Is he a D20? Yeah, he's a D20.
Give him the D20, and we'll be saying he was a D6 of damage if he hit. That's a bite.
I think it was a 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's give him a D4. Yeah.
He's only a little boy. Oh, a 3. Lovely.
Yeah, great. Let's put the 3 on there. And Sam, I'll give you a turn. I'll give you a turn. Like, no, it's your turn. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Lord Turnmaster. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to run up here and fucking stick the torch in this guy's face.
In this guy's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Give me a roll. Strength roll, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and just literally jab it into his face.
Yeah.
Attempt to go for the eyes. 10.
He's looking down as you do it because he's distracted by the dog coming up and biting his leg. And so it's more or less by luck that you don't get him. Because he ducks by chance as he comes past you.
Okay.
Vic, are you going to do anything now?
Have I recuperated and won't be giddy if I move?
It's been seconds since you sat down there and people started going downstairs. It's been less than a minute.
Nope. He's just going to stay still for now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. In which case, Gav, I'll get you to make a defense roll against Mr. 3 here. I'm going to need you to beat a 14.
I got a 10.
10 does not beat it, so we'll give you a d6 of damage there. I know you've got your armor, so you can roll to beat that. But you can reduce from a 6 with your...
So I got a fur armor and a shield. What do I roll?
Shield reduces it by 1 automatically. Fur
Or
armor
it's
reduces
D2.
it by a D2, so you roll any die. If it's odds, it's 1. If it's thing, it's 2.
Okay, so reduce it by 2, so I take 4.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so he gets a good stab in your upper arm.
Down to 6.
With his dagger. Yeah, absolutely.
You made me bleed.
You made me bleed my own blood.
And then a couple of other things are going to happen. This guy that you've knocked to the ground, before you can kill him, is going to roll. He's going to roll into the dark shadow, and then another one person is going to run around the corner. And you know they've run around there, and is not quite up in the fight. But that's that there. This guy's had his turn. This person's had his turn. This person's had their turn. Let's go back to Vrak's turn.
Back to me.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Vrak or Urvak.
Yeah.
So this guy, has he disappeared into the darkness?
He has rolled into the shadow, and you can't see where he's gone.
Okay, well, heeding Rolf's wisdom, questionable wisdom, I'm going to turn and get number 3 beside the pillar.
Yeah, go for it.
And just fucking all out swing at him with the Warhammer.
Yeah.
Side swipe of an awesome 8.
Yeah, it doesn't hit, and it kind of comes into the pillar instead, and bounces off that.
Fine.
He's in a good defensive position. Gex, let's go with Scroat first.
Sure.
Scroat got the attack last time.
Yeah.
That's a good dog.
Woo,
it's a good dog
good
bite. Yeah,
dog.
give us the D4. Yeah.
He gets a treat later.
Yeah.
A 2.
Scroat bites higher, and he's got a good bite on the inner thigh now.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
nasty part. That's a nasty area to bite a man when
Good.
you're fighting him in the shadows. I will come back to Urvag, but let's give Rolf a turn.
Sure.
I'm going to kind of drop the torch at my feet and draw a big axe off my back.
Yeah.
And kind of, as I'm drawing it, bring it down on this guy from above.
On this guy here, number 5. Yeah, absolutely. Give me an attack roll.
16.
16 will hit. Roll your damage.
And what was that wrong? Is it D12?
Yes, because it was said it's a big axe. It's
Yeah,
a
just-
Zweihander, isn't it?
I forgot where I wrote it down on my thing.
Monstrous.
11.
Yeah, so the axe comes off your back and comes down into his back, and it keeps going. And so you kind of open him up from like his shoulder to his hip, just kind of comes away. You cleave clean through the guy.
Beautiful.
It is. It's very good. It's very nice. And he
Nice.
slumps in 2 parts down around the dog, and the dog is splattered with blood.
He's
Definitely
loves
blood out now.
it. He loves it.
Yeah. Gex, there's another man backlit by whatever is around the corner, coming here into this room, just catching the glint of your lantern.
I want to go around the pillar and wait.
Cool. Make me a toughness check.
I'm gonna omen that shit.
Yeah. Okay. You don't want to find out what happens.
Well, I guess I can't omen it anymore. That's a 6.
Yeah. Okay. It's the same as that. You step into the shadow, and it's like stepping. You recall getting into the lake
Ugh.
a few days before, and just feeling the cold air gasp at your throat, and the sharpness in your eyes water, and your hair on your arm stands up, but it's almost so cold that you feel like it's going to frost off.
Oof.
And I'm going to take 5 points of damage.
Oh my god. Okay. That's fine. I will immediately step out of the shadow when I have the opportunity.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, I'll give you one more square to step if you want.
Okay, I'll go forward.
Yeah, that's fine. Vic, you gonna do anything?
I guess it's only been like a fucking minute, not even that.
No, sure. Yeah, you're not feeling great.
Just because you can't cast spells doesn't mean you can't do
Yeah, but I
something.
don't
Yeah.
want to shoot an arrow into the back of your head, which is more likely to happen with my luck
If you're
today.
standing on the stairs, you could be higher than us.
You definitely would get a height advantage if you were standing on the stairs.
Yeah, I'll move him then.
Yeah.
Well, I can't necessarily attack in the same one. That's what I want to.
I'll let you get a shot off from there. This is the only
Yeah.
person that you can see that's not one of your friends. There is a corpse, and then basically very dark shadow down the side of the way here.
Okay, what's the bow again?
So it's a presence test for this roll.
11.
11 for the presence test. Yeah, so you loose the arrow and it sails. It doesn't hit any of your friends, but it doesn't hit the guy you're aiming for either. It kind of careers over everybody's head, and hits the wall at the opposite end of the chamber. So that's fine. Okay. Guy's going to step forward, and he's going to swing at you, Gex.
Fine by me. That's a good roll. Say 18?
Yeah.
No, agility.
Yeah.
19.
Agility. Yeah. You're able to anticipate it, and you're able to just see him coming.
Too slow.
And step very smoothly out of the way there. Yeah. Absolutely fine. Let's say, Sam, you are surprised when this person, whom Gav had knocked to the ground pretty heftily, jumps out of the shadow at you and swings with his knife. And I'll get you to make a defense roll, please. An agility test.
12.
12 is fine. 12 is just enough.
11.
11.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So that's you're gonna get hit then. So I'll roll. Then we're giving these folks a d6.
The medium armor is at D4.
Yeah, you can roll a d4 to reduce that.
3.
I can tell you, you'll take a point of damage. We're not reducing it below 1. But yeah, it comes up and it's kind of, it's scale mail that you wear, isn't it? Or is it chain?
Chain, yeah.
Yeah, chain. So the knife comes up and it kind of snags in your armor, and it's nothing more than a punch basically. With that, and we'll go back around to. I tell you what, Sam, I'll give you first turn this round.
Okay, getting poked in the side, presumably near the kidney. I'm gonna have with my axe to my right hand side, turn, swivel, and aim for this guy's neck from above in a big hefty swing.
Go for it.
That's a miss.
Okay, totally fine. Gav, again, you're perfectly kind of able to see what's going on here. You've heard this person kind of burst out of the shadows at Sam.
I still think I might move forward and hit the guy that's on the ground beside Urvag.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
In fact, I'll go all the way to there, if that's cool.
Yeah, you can hit him. Yeah.
Again, drop that hammer on his head. 10.
Yeah. 10 won't hit.
Okay.
That's okay. Gex?
This guy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go for it. With your axe.
Yes, indeed. That was a terrible roll, but it worked. 18 plus 1,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, brilliant. That'll hit him.
Give me a good one this time. No more ones. What the Okay, that was bullshit. You see that? It
I did see it.
slid and then fell over. These dice just don't roll
Yeah.
properly. Yeah, 1.
That's a point of damage. Okay, I'll put a 1 on that.
Next time I'm going to fucking hammer R on it, I think.
And what about Scroat? Is Scroat going to help with Rolf's dilemma?
Sure.
Scroat's going to do what Scroat does.
Yeah. Scroat's just angry, bitey little bastard.
Scroat's going to bite a man.
He's going to miss the man.
Yeah, that's fine.
He might.
He's mildly bamboozled by the man being in a place that you can't really see him very well.
Yeah, he'll piddle on him.
Yeah.
Or something.
Okay. And how about you, Vic?
I guess I will try to shoot an arrow at one.
Yeah, sure.
I guess I wouldn't be able to see that dude if I've got all prevailing blackness.
Yeah, so there's very heavy shadow and a pillar in his way, so you can't really see this guy.
Yeah, shoot at that fucker at the back.
Yeah,
then.
go for it. Presence test, so that goes up to
12.
12.
11,
12
or
11. Yeah, 11 won't hit. Okay, all right.
11 once again.
Okay. Right. Sam, the guy next to you gasps and drops to his knee and
Okay.
gasps some more and is clearly struggling to breathe and then kind of just stops breathing. Whether he's asthmatic or what, you don't know, because you don't know what asthma is, because medicine hasn't been invented yet.
That one counts as mine.
Number 1 over here is going to slash at Gav. Vrak, can I get you to make a defense roll, please?
Yep. 12?
12 defense, fine. Yeah, you can catch the blade on your shield there. Kind of knock it aside a little bit. Yeah. Absolutely fine. And then I will cut back to Yol's turn. So let's go Urvarg first, because Urvarg's not defending.
Alright, I will once more go for a strike on this cunt. Ooh, that's 13.
What did you roll? Sorry, Gex?
13?
13 will hit, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Nice.
12 is the kind of common, unless I've said otherwise, 12 is usually the difficulty for
Okay.
these things.
I'm going to roll
Roll your
differently.
axe.
2! There you go, I just need to press R.
Oh, R will just put it up by 1, I think.
Oh, shit, really?
Oh, no, it won't. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's Q and E, sorry. R is a proper flip and roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm happy with that.
Okay, it was 2
Okay.
then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. And then, yeah, Gav, I'll give you the turn.
Yeah, just go on the guy on the ground again, number 3.
Yeah, number 3, yeah.
12.
Yeah, 12 will hit.
Beautiful.
So, D8. Go for the big damage. It's 7.
7's pretty good. That puts him up to 10. So yeah, your hammer then, having been him, basically knocked and kind of bashed a little bit by Gex's axe, and he's set up for you to land a heavy blow on the back of his shoulder. He's not knocked down quite yet, but you've knocked the wind out of him. Sam, would Rolf like to move up? Having seen a guy choke and gasp the life out of him in the cold shadow.
Yeah, I'll give him a little tobacco spit right on his face as I'm running away towards the next guy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
weak, and then running charge.
Yeah, go for it. Roll the attack.
Meh. Miss.
Not quite there. Okay, that's fine. And then how about Scroat? Scroat can make it through.
Sure.
Scroat for the kill.
The humiliation. Nah, he's not going to get the kill.
Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, fine. He's knocked off balance by Gav's hammer in his back. Okay, in which case he's going to get one more turn. He's going to make an attack at Scroat. Can I get you to make a roll for him, Gex?
Yeah. Oh!
Fine. Scroat defense.
He's a fucking plucky little bastard.
This guy's going to step away into the shadow. I'll give him a roll to see whether he dies or not in there. No, he's fine. All right. And I will cut to. Let's go to Gex. Your turn for Urvarg.
Sure. Is he in the dark?
He's in the dark.
Or will I be able to hit him without going into the dark?
Potentially, yeah. You've got a big, heavy, long axe. It's going to be quite difficult. Let's make it.
I'm
It's going to be a 15 to hit him.
okay. Yeah, I'll go for a swing, but at the edge of my range, keeping away from that dark. Nah, that's a miss.
Yeah. Okay. Step that there. How about Scroat? Is Scroat going to venture in?
Stay, boy.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. Gav, how about Varrock? Gav is muted. Very well. Sam, how about Rolf? Or Gav's muted.
Sorry, yeah, I went to get a drink. Back now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I just went.
My go, yeah.
Yeah, why
He
not?
got pushed off into darkness, so
He's backed himself off into the dark, yeah.
I'm just gonna move to the corner here, and if I can't see him, I'm not going into the darkness.
You know that he's in there, but you can't see him.
No, I'm just gonna hold there defensively.
Yeah.
I might even spin around and have a quick look up the corridor behind me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, in fact, you're far ahead enough now. I can draw more corridor in here.
Assuming
it's not
that
an
hooks
awful lot,
around
but
to the left.
yeah, it does. And it's stone corridor like you've been moving in here. And it opens up. You can see here it's opening into a larger chamber, and there is fire in there. That's about all you can see from there. Vic?
I am going to move up to like there, I guess, and search his body.
Yeah, sure. This is a person who's been cloven in half with an axe.
Beautiful.
And so you
that
find a lot
doesn't
of
bother-
blood and a knife and not much else. This is the body of a youngish woman.
You give her axe wound, real axe wound.
Jesus.
From shoulder
Sam?
to vagina. The guy's just in there.
Yeah, they've backed into the shadow. You don't know where they are.
Did I see him go in there?
You saw him move in this way. Yeah, so you ran up at him, swung at him. He swung at the dog, and then has backed into the shadow.
Can I kind of, I don't know, just stand here and swing my axe into that?
Yeah, into the area. Again, so I'll set it as a 16 difficulty. There's a chance you're going to hit him in there.
By the power of Grayskull.
Oh,
that's
it's disappointing.
close.
Yeah.
Oops.
Fine. Okay. Right. Let's whisk him off there because you can't see him now. Can I do something with that? No, I can't. Okay. You will hear steps and movement in the shadow. And then he lunges out here. Vic, can I get you to make a defense roll, please? Agility.
Okay.
1. Use an omen, Vic. Use an omen if you
I
got
have
one.
no omen.
Oh, God.
I am dead.
Can I use an omen to help Vic?
Dick.
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'll use an omen to allow him to reroll.
Thank you, because that's the same. I have 20.
20's much better. Yeah, so you hear him coming. He's not stepping lightly. So he comes out there, and you can turn back and just kind of dodge your way out of the knife as it comes out of the shadows and lunges at you. How would you like to respond?
I do have a knife. I could try to stab him back, but I do only have 2 fucking health.
Shove magic mushrooms in his face.
You're not going to get more, so just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to stab him with the dagger, I guess.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, make a strength test.
20 or 21, because I've got 1 strength from 2.
Go for it. Roll me the. In fact, actually, basically, he lunges at you. You're able to see him coming or hear him coming, and rather than anything else, you're able to draw your dagger, and he just runs forward onto your dagger. And so I'm not even going to get you to roll damage. This guy's dead. And there's this moment of like you not being sure whether he's got you because you can feel his weight and he feels kind of stuck to you, and then you realize after a little bit that the only pressure you can feel is on your wrist because this person's entire weight has gone onto your knife.
It's like
And
in a
heavy.
movie when they give
Yeah.
it to each other and they both have surprise looks and they pull away and
Yes,
you
it
see
is
who's been
entirely
stabbed.
like that.
I love it.
It is entirely like that.
What a beautiful picture he paints with his words.
Yeah. And
Sorry.
these people are all dead.
Wonderful.
No, let's leave them there.
Dead.
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking idiots.
Okay.
I cut a woman in half.
Yeah.
We're leaving it there, yeah.
So, what
Or
I'm
are
going
we
to
going
do
on?
is I'm going to describe what's around the corner, and then we'll leave it there, I think.
Cool.
So,
Alrighty.
what you will see coming around the corner is a large chamber. Fairly large, larger than the other one. Maybe as large as where you had Man Up Gang in terms of the mine chamber.
Mm.
But it is backed. And it's backed with strong and large and a large and strong and crackling fire. Let's draw a bit more red in there. And so there's a large fire here. And there's a kind of altar here. And stone benches. The fire is big and roaring, but you can't really see what's burning. It's just casting a lot of light and noise and crackling out into the space. What you may well see as you look, though, and glinting in the light, are a bundle of pearls here on the altar.
Oh.
That'll do. Mission complete. Let's fuck off home.
I don't know what else is in the room yet.
Yes, we're not paying the Shadow King.
And we will leave it there.
Cool.
Cool. Yep.
Good stuff. That was fun.